Hi. Hi. Good morning. I'm... Hello, everybody. Hi. Hayo. Hakuya desu. No. Yes. Wow. Hello. Maybe. I don't know. I am the bird. Hello, everybody. Yasuno Hakuya. Kind of sleepy. Kind of eepy. I haven't eaten yet. My breakfast is laying in front of me, and I'm, my head really hurts. I heard you guys finished the event. I think, did Kuruko just finish her event? Oh man, I still have a long ways to go, don't I? So sorry, I slept really late. And by late, I mean like I slept at 8 a.m. I don't know what was going on with me. I think I was having some kind of crisis, man. Late, yeah. Yeah, hi there, Deskblight. Hello, Irma. Hello, Southern. Hello, True Moon. Hello, Sora. Yeah. Just a little bit. Just a little bit, okay? Just a little bit late. Don't mind. Don't mind. Oh yeah, didn't we get your sister last time? Yeah. Oh wow. Oh wow. Okay, very cool. You're not the strongest second gen anymore, but you're still pretty cool. You're still pretty awesome. Hey there, Michael. Michael! Instant win? Isn't the instant win only if you get her dupes? Like, I heard you have to like get a 6-star dupe to get the instant win. At V6, like, I don't got money for that. Ain't nobody got money for that. Jeez. V6, V3's instant win? What's V6 then? Did I even have her weapon? Oh? Where are you? I don't want to make her too strong, then the chapter boss is gonna die instantly. Where is she? Where is she? No, I have her. I definitely... Oh, there you are. Yeah, I'll just keep you at a level 1 rifle. That's fine. Do I have her actual gun? I don't have it. Do I need her actual gun? Is it that important? Let's see. Physical damage dealt increased by 10. Ignores 20% physical defense. Nah, I don't need this. I don't need this. It's very strong for her, but she's strong either way, yeah. I have like so many other 5-star rifles I can give her. And you don't need it for the story. And let's do it. I think we're still in 1.5, aren't we? Yeah, we're still in 1.5. Okay, let's keep reading. Let's finish 1.5. How to use her remolding pattern? I don't even know how to use remolding pattern. How does it work? I don't know. I don't freaking know how remolding pattern works. So, last time, the young heiress got attacked at her lab. She's crying. She loves us. We meet her butler, and she tells her butler to stop everything, but then her butler makes the evil plan with the evil woman. How does this end? I don't think it ends well. Gunsmoke. Yeah, Gunsmoke. I just autoplay Gunsmoke. You're very behind. Oh wait. I've been behind, man. Alva jokes awake, gasping for air, her body violently shaking like a drowning person, but finally before breaking the surface. Did she get rescued? I don't think she did. Where is she? Sweat soaks through her clothes, clinging coldly to her skin, making her shiver. Okay, dull sweat. Still 1.5. We are still in 1.5. Midway through. Virtual pair. Can't believe it ends on a solid snake. What the heck? She looks down and stares blankly at her drenched clothing in disbelief. Something feels wrong. Unmistakably wrong. Yet she can't quite put a finger on what. Which repair was so good. I'm glad. I'm glad you guys liked it. I did not see it. I saw Kuriko was streaming it earlier. I'm like, shit. She places a hand against her soaked chest, feeling her heart hammering violently, as if it's about to burst from her ribcage. Its dull pounding echoing in her ears. Sweat. A heartbeat. She looks around in a daze and realizes she is sitting upright inside a train. Train is moving at high speed. Through the window, she can see it crossing the desert. It's basically an event about why William deserves to die. Yeah. Did he lose his arm yet? Did he get his arm ripped out yet? Oh yeah, I saw some memes. I saw like fat boy on a bicycle apparently. Bro got run over by a bike. What was it? Was it like the snooty kids at school were bullying him? M16 rolled his ass into a ditch. Damn, what a loser. Oh my god, it's like all this build up, and when they finally get to it, he's just like fucking... He's just like the Smash Bros sandbag. No, that's not true. The sandbag in Smash Bros is actually tough. Yellow sand stretches endlessly in every direction. Fierce wind howl, whipping sand into the air, blotting out the sky and turning the distant landscape into a hazy blur. Yeah, go back in town and get an even fatter kid to run him over. Some kids at school were abusing a stray puppy. He tried to stop them, so they turned on him instead, pulled the running gag of rolling him over, backing up and rolling over him again before speeding off and rolling him a third time. And then he decided the solution was genocide. Poor Bill. He wanted to protect a little puppy, and then he gets run over by a bicycle. Oh, man, I should feel bad, but I don't, because he decided the retribution for this was killing everybody. What a pathetic man. The blazing sun scorches the earth, filling the air with dry heat, as if trying to bake everything alive. The ground is cracked and barren, with not a blade of grass in sight. A hopeless desolation. Fissures crisscrossing the land like scars, speaking of utter death. His father is ruthless. See, I'm the type of person who would coach my child on how to punch people in the face if they fuck with me, or fuck with them. I would do that, but I don't know if I would teach them to like kill everybody. That'd be a little bit different. He lost his arm from M16 while Beacon drove her motorcycle at him. Wait, so like she was on the motorcycle and she grabbed his arm while they did a drive-by, and then they ran over him again. Why didn't they shoot the dude? Swear to God. She has wandered aimlessly through a world like this for full 10 years. Countless battles, countless clashes, all gradually forgotten in this contamination zone. What the? No, I think this is still the nightmare. They didn't specify exactly how it happened, but you play it. I think they missed because the collective armed forces of the URNC were firing at them. But they got close enough to rip his arm off. Boy Mestina voice sounds beside her, breaking the howling silence. It's soft and calm, devoid of emotional fluctuation, almost like an inorganic, synthesized electrical tone. Boy Mestina is seated opposite her, cradling a massive anti-material rifle. Yeah, see? This is like very otaku speak here. Even though the weapon's surface is rough and warm, it still reflects a harsh, piercing cold light. If this is reversed, it would not be talking about going into details about the weapon. That's for sure. They'd be talking more about the environment or how it makes the person feel. But no, here we get to hear about what actually happens. For some reason, Fujoshis are sparking drama for GF2. Wait, why Fujoshis? There's like no male characters in this game. I mean, there are male characters. They're all old men. Old men yaoi. That's the only thing that exists. 348 kilometers per hour. That's a fast train. I mean, what is it? In America, they only have the fastest trains go only like what, 200 kilometers per hour, which is not high speed rail. It's higher speed rail, which ironically is less than high speed rail. High speed rail is 250 kilometers per hour consistently. Some trains these days can reach 300 kilometers per hour. I don't know how many reach 348. I think the maglev in Japan can reach that speed. Canadian trains, meanwhile, are all 60. I don't know if it even meets 60 kilometers per hour. My friend, when he was taking the train, the Via Rail, back from Otakuthon in Montreal, I think it was like going somewhere in Toronto. His train like actually just straight up stopped. It just stopped, and then he had to wait there for like 10 hours or something. The train stopped for like 10 hours. I think that's slower than 60 kilometers per hour. He might have gotten home faster by walking. In Europe, y'all gotta remember, kilometers a joke here and there. Huh? Apologies, I just woke up. My brain kinda dom. I might not pick up on these jokes. Alva remembers that back when Voimstina first realized her specs no longer gave her an overwhelming advantage over everything. She sought many alternatives. This rifle was one of them. In America, we smile. In kilometer, you use skilometer. Huh? You skilometer? Oh. The heck? I take the train from Ottawa to Montreal. It was like 30 kilometers per hour for rail. It was slow. Yeah, it's really pathetic. Apparently, they're trying to figure out how to make a high-speed rail from Toronto to Ottawa to Montreal and maybe to Quebec. But they might actually be starting like the Quebec side first, which would make everybody else in Canada very angry. But like the route doesn't make any sense. The route goes through some like small suburban towns for some reason. It's not a very direct route. But they want to go through small suburban towns. Which, it's really weird because the point of high-speed rail is that it doesn't stop. But they want to do it. I guess they want to make those small suburban towns a little bit bigger. What was it? They're trying to reuse some of the old rail lines that are not used anymore. Why do high-speed rail? We could just do Hyperloop and have Tesla cars autopilot very slowly through a tunnel. Yeah. The Hyperloop. Yeah. Fucking Hyperloop. Honest to God, California, they should just do that like Mamdani thing where they go to Trump's office and like print these fake newspapers with these fake headlines saying like, Trump allows for new construction in the city, revives the city, New York City, right? The government, they should just replace the governor of California with someone that Trump likes, and then have him like do the same stunt, bring a newspaper. Trump is able to get the high-speed rail constructed. That's all thanks to Trump. All praise President Trump, all right? And then he just like throws federal money at them, and then they'll build the fucking high-speed rail. Like, man, like I know a lot of people will have some misgivings about the mayor of New York, right? Because people call him communist or something. But you have to give him like the credit where credit is due. He knows how to play people politically. He knows how to get favors from other politicians. He's just a mayor, but he was able to get the president to do something for him. And that takes chops. Everyone's too focused on pleasing their stupid voter base. The voters are fucking dumb. They're like, oh my gosh, my voters hate Donald Trump, so I'm gonna like do everything I can to like get in his way. And it's like, why don't you just like play his feelings and then make him do things that you want? People are like fighting for just for the sake of fighting, which is so stupid. He's a light socialist at best. Newsom has already focused entirely on fighting Trump on everything to position himself for presidential run. Ain't no way Newsom's gonna become president. Let me tell you that. All right, not to be political. I'm just saying, from my perspective, I don't see Newsom ever becoming president. I hate politics so much. That's why we play a game about politics. Except in this one, we get to run over an evil kid with a fat boy on a bicycle, or was it tricycle? Anyone with a faint understanding of economics knows he's not a communist. It just shows how brain dead most Americans are. And it's scary as call someone communist. Yeah. Newsom ain't even gonna win his primary. Yeah, no, his name is too poisoned. Newsom's name is too poisoned. There's no way he's not even gonna win his primary. Yeah. All right, but you know who's gonna become president? Marco Rubio. That'd be so funny if Marco Rubio becomes president, considering how like Trump trashed him so hard the first time around. You know, look, Rubio's actually turning his name around quite a bit. You know, even though like the last time he tried to run for president, like Trump like completely tarnished his name. Rubio's ended up, he's like, what is he? He's like, Rubio's basically the guy who's running the government right now. He's not the vice president, but he's like the chancellor or something. He's like the equivalent of a chancellor. He just gets everything done, right? I think he's in charge of like the whole foreign policy. He's in charge of Venezuela. Rubio's basically doing everything right now. I don't think he has... The only reason he might not become president is because he doesn't have time to actually campaign because he's too busy doing this stuff. Now it'll be Jeb! Yeah! Total Jeb domination. Total Jeb victory. All 50 states, 100% Jeb. Please clap. Guys, I know like politics like it divides people, but also politics is really fucking funny. Politics is so funny. American politics is very funny. Speaking as an outsider, okay? Canadian politics is boring. It's all the politicians basically believe the same thing. It's the Futurama it's that Futurama meme. I have no strong feelings one way or the other. I also have no strong feelings one way or the other. That's Canadian politics. Everybody, you know, you listen to a Canadian debate and all the politicians they're saying the same shit. They're like, oh, how hard will you work for the environment and the emissions? They're like, and like nobody says the emissions are stupid. The emissions guidelines are stupid. We need to focus on increasing our industry. Nobody says that. Everybody says, oh, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, and I believe very strongly about the emissions. Blah, 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 blah. How will you bridge the gap between Canada and French Canada and Quebec? It's so stupid. Canadians have like wrapped themselves up in like these pointless BS policies, and like nobody ever questions it. It's really dumb. It's really dumb. It's really dumb. And like, I don't know, it's just depressing because like they all just say the same things. What's the point of changing? Who cares who you vote for? They're all equally stupid. The only kind of politicians that have strong feeling are trying to get their own country. Yeah, the provincial leaders, some of them have very strong. Some of them have very strong ideas, but none of them are ever going to become, prime ministers. The way this country works is like, Canada's not a serious country, guys. Like, the system is strong, but the system is very broken. We don't have any strong leaders, not like America. Rubio is one of the few in the administration with actual government experience. That's funny. We'll all clap. Yeah, Marco Rubio has been failing upwards. He's so funny. Seeing him, like, every time you see Marco Rubio on camera, he's like face palming without actually doing the face palming. Like, you can see his face, like how depressed he is. Seeing how everybody acts around him. Oh my god, he's like Shar Aznavour. He just keeps failing upwards, except he doesn't have Shar's Riz. In Gross Frontline Arknights and most family games, politics makes sense. That's the thing about fiction, it has to make sense. Who would have known that this random real estate mogul would have become president after the left-leaning party betrays its communist candidate, its socialist candidate, that the country goes harder on the right side and ends up voting for a real estate mogul from New York. That hard pivot from we want national health care to let's elect the very rich, born into money real estate mogul, also TV celebrity. Very funny. I laughed so hard when Trump first became president. I know, like, the first time there was this one video of this like soy boy thing. I don't know, they looked non-binary with glasses in like a yellow like high visibility vest. They're just like screaming no, like Voldemort just became president. That's probably how they viewed it, and that just became like the meme image for like the longest time. Very funny. I joke about this because I'm not American, guys. If anyone gets like upset about this, understand this is because I am not American. I do not have to suffer from the consequences of this. It does not affect me. Canada EU light? EU light? American politics is just about being as insane as possible. It's funny. The only thing that you guys lack is that politics in America, your parliament doesn't get into fistfights. Oh my god. If you ever watch like Filipino, Taiwanese, or like Ukrainian parliament before the war, they'd get into fistfights if they ever had like, what's filibustering, man? What they'll do is they'll just straight up get into fistfights. They'll block the mic. Someone will like run away with the mic at the podium. This is what the voters paid for. We want our politicians to actually commit and risk their lives. American politics is funny on this side, but damn, does these instabilities suck on for my wallet. Yeah, gas went up by 1.6. Oh, gas went up for everybody. Crazy though. Since COVID, it's been bad. Gas is really expensive where I live. It's been like 2 for like the longest time. It's bad. Just chatting stream. Oh yeah, fuck. We have a game to play, don't we? Simpsons? What did the Simpsons do? Gonna start the Zartress party. Aren't the Zartress like basically just communists? Techno-communists? Technocratic communists? Obama roasting him during the White House dinner. Yeah. Yeah, no, like, it's funny, because, like, even though Obama roasts him, I think, like, I think Trump actually, like, deeply respects Obama. Even though Trump says shit about Obama too, I think he deeply respects him. If Obama died, Trump would go to his funeral. Oh yeah, I think there was like a previous president who died and there was a funeral and like everybody showed up. Right? Everybody showed up. You know, the Clintons, the Kennedys, the Bushes, you know, Obama was there and Trump was there, and they were all very respectful. But there was that one guy. There was that one guy that everybody was just like giving the nasty eye to, and it was not Trump. Everybody there was like pretty civil, but there's one guy that everybody else was giving the nasty eye to. And that was so funny to me. In games, politics is how we want it to look like, yeah. Nothing says your average middle American than a wealthy NYC real estate mogul and TV star, yeah. Abortion rights protest? Was it? I'm pretty sure it was like a public open camera back when it was announced that he won the presidency. They used to do duels and kill each other. Yeah, oh my god. That's what America needs. The politicians need to start doing duels and killing each other. Then we can, well, nobody will complain about their sincerity when they have to do duels. It's bad right now because of Iran. Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's understandable. But like, Iran was threatening to do it for like decades, right? They've been harassing people for decades, so I don't want to get too into it, but like, yeah, the war was gonna happen sooner or later. We need duels again. Jimmy Carter, yeah, it was Jimmy Carter's funeral. I don't remember who it was, but everybody, all like the top politicians there, they were all giving the same person the stink eye. I don't remember who. It might have been Kamala Harris. That's not her name. Something Harris. Yeah. May have been Harris that they were giving the stink eye to. Maybe it was someone else. I don't remember. Anyways, let's continue the story. Alva's lips are cracked. She opens her mouth and is startled by how hoarse her voice feels. Was she there? I don't know. It was somebody. I remember it was somebody who was like desperately trying to fit in, and everybody was giving them the stink eye. It was very obvious. She lifts a hand to her head and lets out a quiet sigh, trying to massage her temples to ease the stabbing pain. Only then does she notice her fingers trembling slightly, her palms slick with sweat. The sticky, stifling sensation is deeply uncomfortable. Are dolls supposed to sweat? Are dolls supposed to have a heartbeat? She takes a deep breath to steady herself, but ends up inhaling more dust, triggering a violent coughing fit. Well, this is strange. The image of Anjay being swallowed by the tide of Elids refuses to leave her mind, playing again and again, tormenting her. And then there's RPK-16. Why was she the one who helped her? The one who stayed by Anjay's side?
Anjayが夢に夢の中でも私は守れなかった。アンジェもみんなも。
Aww. I mean, isn't RPK with her because RPK's, you know, kind of inside of Anjay? Her trembling voice, filled with pain and guilt, breaks as though she might cry any second. Whenever Alva thinks of Angelia, an indescribable sorrow surges in her heart. It's like being stabbed by a blade. Every time she looks back and remembers the first time they lost Angelia, she can't help but wonder. If only she had been more perceptive and discovered the problem sooner. If only she had done a better job at protecting AK-12 so that she hadn't missed a decisive battle. If only. If only she had been stronger. If only she had made the right choices. Maybe none of this would have happened. Maybe Angelia would still be alive. Maybe Task Force Defy would still be whole. Maybe. But there are no maybes. Alva knows this. She knows it all too well. In this world, there are no maybes.
ごめん。こんなこと言ってもしょうがないよね。
No, she's sulking.
こういう夢はあまり見ないから。つい。
Robots can have nightmares. She rarely has nightmares. Strictly speaking, she almost never dreams at all.
夢？私が？
Damn. Did Shaw create a robot that can dream? That's right, she's just a doll. No matter how human-like she is, she's still a doll. Dolls do not die, nor do they have heartbeats or nightmares. They do not sweat either. She stares blankly at her sweaty, sticky hand, her thoughts momentarily unraveling.
よくわかってるじゃないか。
No, is this another dream sequence? As Alva freezes in confusion, AK-15 suddenly speaks, her voice cutting cleanly through her thoughts. Her tone is completely different from before, cold and sharp as if she had become someone else.
AK-15
今まで起きたこと。アンジェの死も、パラデウスの暴虐も。そして私たちがここまで落ちぶれたのは、お前のせいだ。お前が無能だからだ。
Since all my life. Alva's head jerks up as she stares wide-eyed at AK-15, who is now on her feet, looming over her, 6 feet tall, gazing down ruthlessly at her 5'11" frame. Alva's pupils constrict in shock. She can't believe her ears. She even wonders if she's still dreaming, or if she's fallen into another hallucination. Hallucination?
これはセカンダリレベルの幻覚だ。
また言い訳か?
As AK-15 looks at the shaken Alva, a smile, so derisive, it is utterly out of character, appears on her face.
アンジェがいなくなってから、私たちは何をしてきた? 来る日も来る日も、パラデウスに何の戦略的意義もない破壊工作を繰り返してばかり。
Damn. AK-15's emoting.
それで何かが変わったか?
Oh wow. Angry AK-15, but like actually angry.
10年経った今、奴らは依然存在している。基地を一つ潰しても、新たに2つ作られる。
Oh wow. I wasn't expecting this from 15. This is such a joy to have.
私たちのしてきたことに何の意味がある?
Whoa! Hear that? Oh, I hear the rage in that voice. Still being nicer than she used to be. Rising higher and higher, AK-15's voice trembles with rage, hatred, and despair. Even as Alva keeps telling herself that this is only a hallucination, her will still threatens to buckle.
どれだけの犠牲を払おうと、奴らを根絶することはできなかった。
Oh, wow.
このままでは、機能停止するまで無意な日々を過ごすだけだ。
One must imagine AK-15 happy.
何の意味がある?
AK-15's voice has turned into a roar. Her words crash through the silent desert like a thunderclap.
いや、最初から意味などなかったんだ。
AK-15 really made me tear up, yeah.
この終わりのないループに陥ったのは他でもない。
And I really like how she's like, it's turning darker and darker.
アルバ、お前のせいだ。
Oh. Oh no. Poor Alva.
違う。
Oh. Alva covers her ears and screams in agony. She wants to run or fight, but she can do neither. It's a really good scream. I can't scream. I wish I could scream, but like, oh wow. Her body feels nailed to the ground, heavy as lead, utterly immobile. Ooh, the background's turned gray. An inexplicable terror envelops her, pinning her in place. A hallucination? Why is she so certain this is a hallucination? Who's to say the real Void Mestina doesn't have such thoughts? At that moment, AK-15 suddenly begins to move. Her movements are slow, stiff, like a marionette pulled by invisible strings, or a rusted machine that squeaks and groans with every motion. Ooh, I do not look like that. As she leans in closer, her face begins to change. As it twists and distorts, her features blur like a sketch rubbed away by an eraser. Her eyes hollow out until they become black voids that seem to swallow everything. Now this is really good writing. This is very close to R99's writing. Her mouth stretches into a grotesque grin. Like a wild beast, she bears sharp fangs, sending chills down Alva's spine. That isn't AK-15. It is herself.
私の言っていること、本当は認めているんでしょう。なぜなら全部事実だから。あなたがずっと思ってきた。
The Alva before her reaches out and grips her throat. With her airway cut off, suffocating panic floods Alva's mind. You're a robot, you don't need air. The world before her gradually darkens. Is this how it ends? The train horn suddenly blares. A train lurches and rapidly slows, and the Alva before her loses balance, releasing the grip. At the same time, a burly figure slams into Alva, sending her flying. The train screeches to a halt. Rows of doors click and slide open on both sides of the carriage. As Alva clutches her throat and coughs, Voimastina yanks her up from her seat.
Ike.
Did Alva make it into the base? Is she like reverse hacking? She shoves Alva out of the train. Behind them, furious roars echo from within the carriage. A doppelganger Alva is now covered in grotesque scars that crisscross her face like countless knife wounds, hideous beyond words. And we didn't need to get into that much detail. Her bloodshot and bulging eyes, filled with hatred and rage, lock onto Alva as if she wants to devour her alive. Voimastina turns to face the doppelganger. She glances back at Alva one last time, then strides into the carriage and swings her fist at the grotesque doll.
全部あなたのせい。
That Alva begins to rupture and split apart into waves of elids crashing to the ground. Man, this is a freaky dream. Snarling as they surge toward her. Alva feels her breathing quicken, but she must stay calm. She must not be deceived by the illusion. She must not let her emotions take control. She has to find a flaw in this hallucination. She takes a deep breath and grips the gun in her hands tightly, feeling the cold solidity of her weapon, forcing her emotions back under control. The train doors close and the train begins moving again, carrying away Voimastina and the grotesque Alva, while the tide of elids that has spilled outside rushes towards her. This is a battle she cannot afford to lose. If she loses, she will be trapped in this illusion forever, never escaping, forever living in pain and self-blame, with no chance of redemption. Damn, that was intense. Alright, let's go kill Alva. Oh damn, they're all Alva. Ew. Oh yes, it's all my fault. That's why I can't die here. There are too many things I need to do first. Bring it. Let's go Alva. Let's see. Where are you?
現着。
Oh, that's a lot of elids.
脅威を排除する。任務了解。脅威を排除する。
Oh, what the? Why did she get pushed back? What the? Oh, is it because of the wind? That's a pretty cool environmental effect.
Wait,
oh, whoops. We're fine. Man, this soundtrack is bopping. Alva opens her eyes. She's sitting in a vast desert. Some distance away, the howls of the Inelid horde foretell the imminent battle. And just when she's about to run out of ammo, Angelia will come to her rescue. She just has to accept the fact that she will never be able to pull Angelia onto that train. She'll be ushered onto the train by RPK-16, then expelled by the same train by AK-15, only to start waiting for Angelia's arrival again. How many times has she repeated this cycle? Oh. Alva has lost count. She recalls what AK-15 just said.
この終わりのないループに陥ったのは他でもない。
Oh, damn.
アルバ、お前のせいだ。
Oh, the pain in that voice. What she is experiencing here is exactly the same as what she has been doing in the past 10 years. Going in an endless circle in a place that defies description. Together with that hulking doll, they have wiped out Paredes again and again wherever it appears. Yet as time goes on, the intelligence they receive leads them to a desperate conclusion. Paredes is reviving in some form, and that revival is accelerating. With her assistance and the support of her former comrades, Alma and Voice Mustina have both grown significantly in strength. But even so, the day they fulfill their former leader's wish seems to be drifting farther and farther away. This place is both a nightmare and a reenactment of reality. Alva opens her palm, which reveals a small cube. That cube appeared in her hand when she got off the train the first time. Alva peers at the glowing cube, yet still shakes her head. Even if this is only a nightmare, Angelia's appearance has given Alva second thoughts. But she knows she can no longer hesitate. Something has to change, Alva thinks. After a brief pause, she touches the cube. The cube emits a faint glow. A blurry figure gradually takes shape. Oh no.
どうしたの、アルバ?
Yeah, I remember the first time when she came out. I was very shocked by her voice, AK-12's voice. It's surprisingly girly, right? Man, I wasn't expecting to see you, but maybe I should have.
AK-12.
Alva stares blankly at that familiar yet somehow distant face. It has been 10 years since she last saw her in this form.
まさかこんな時まであなたに頼ることになるなんて。私のことが意外？でもここにあるものは全部あなたが作り出したのよ。
Man, she's having all these hallucinations, and she doesn't even have an OGAS in her brain. AK-12 casually looks around before letting her gaze settle back on Alva.
私がいるとあなたの防壁は脆弱になる。
Back in her original
本
frame.
当にいいの？
Not with like the skeletal hands. Man, AK-12 Mod 3 is kind of freaky, not gonna lie. Very Terminator.
知ってる。ただあなたに会いたかった。
Aww.
相変わらず甘え上手ね。
Alvochka. Alvi is still such a baby.
せっかくあのキューブ、あいつが助けてあげたのに。私は。
A gentle smile graces AK-12's face, her eyes remaining closed.
本当は自分でも意味がないって分かってるんじゃない？
And it's really refreshing to have a character whose eyes are closed, but like there's an actual reason for it, and they actually open their eyes pretty often, but I like it. Very Gin Ichimaru from Bleach. AK12 in 4K 1080p. It is a Paradius for... Oh, is that why? I didn't know that. That makes sense.
意味がないとは思ってない。
I had no idea the mod 3 was Paradius, the frame.
じゃあ、どうして
I
ま
mean,
だ
there's
こ
no
こにいるの？
skin. It's just metal.
私は正しいと思うことをやってるだけ。でも何が正しいのか、だんだんわからなくなって
I
きた。
don't know what's right anymore.
何かを変えることができたのか。隊長としてアンジェの意志を
It's
告げられた
this
のかもわ
Paradius
からない。
frame RPK gave her after stealing Anju's body. Oh. It's a Naito. Oh. It's a Naito body. Wait, is mod 3, is it biological like a Naito? Or is it just like the Naito parts?
自分が信じられない？人形なんだからそんなこと考えても無駄よ。なのにそれでメンタルを蝕まれて。
Remember when it was like really cool that sub mod could just like retrofit herself with Sanguis parts and that was considered amazing? But now just like everybody's compatible anyway. Just a doll frame built by Paradies. Forget if it's like a semi-bound. Hey there, Poke. Hey yo. It's effectively majority machine, but AK got her head back.
私はただアンジェの目的を果たせ
Okay,
ないの
you
が
you
怖
missed
く
all
て。
the political talk.
じゃ
I was making fun
あ、
of
アンジェの
America.
目的は何だと思う？
Then again, oh wait, no, I was making fun of Canada too.
パラデウス。そして自分のために遺跡を利用しようとする人間の根絶。
I haven't had breakfast yet, so I'm gonna chow down a little bit, okay? Don't mind me, my chewing noises.
本当にそうだと思う？アンジェはあなたに本音を言わなかったんだ。あるいはあなたの一方的な願望かもね。アンジェは失敗の決まった道で倒れた。なのにあなたたちは今もその後を追っている。彼女は叶うあてもないほど壮大すぎる理想を抱き、それを受け継いだ者は理想の中身すら知らない。
Like, is it really... That's true. It's not your fault if you gave yourself an impossible task. It's unreasonable that $2 could stop an entire army. And that's what Paradius is.
暗闇の中で光を追ったつもりが、その光の下は断崖絶壁だった。あなたたちもそこから落ちるつもり？
Yeah, don't sacrifice yourself, Alva. Live.
10年経っても何も変わらなかったのに。どうして私が今もここであなたの話を聞いてるかわかる？どうして？あなたの言ったことはすべて私の本心だから。
The smiling AK-12 gradually turns into Alva.
そして同時に私が克服すべき弱点でもある。アンジェがどうして諦めなかったのかずっと考えてた。私はアンジェの言葉を思い出したの。もし人生が徒労に終わる定めとして、 あがく意味はどこにあるのかしら。
I remember this.
今の私じゃまだ答えは出せない。多分アンジェも同じ疑問を自分に投げ続けてきたんだと思う。そしてアンジェの答えは、その答えを一生かけて探す。
That's so iconic. It's so iconic.
その答えを一生かけて探す。
I'll use my entire life to answer that question.
そう。
My life itself will be the proof.
希望が見えなくても変わる日まで進まなくちゃいけないの。確かに私はアンジェの本当の理想がわからない。
Area school? What's the area school?
でも私たちが諦めさえしなければ彼女の意志は生き続ける。
Blue Archive? Oh.
抗い続けることが反逆の誓いだから。
The Alva before her smiled serenely, finally at peace.
選択には代償が伴うし、アンジェはそれを払った。あなたは代償を払う準備ならできてる。じゃああなたの実力を試させてもらうよ。時間をかけすぎた。後でボイマスティナに謝らないと。何があっても私は進み続けるしかない。そうですよね、アンジェ。戦闘終了。脅威は全て排除しました。これで先に進めます。
Why is the Paris torture machine turning into a therapy session? I think they explained that. For everybody else, they would just explode. For everybody else, their minds would just explode. Because it's preying on like logical fallacies
脅威を排除する。
in their programming.
任務了解。
But because she has such a self-protective virtual neural cloud,
脅威を排除する。
it's portraying it in a way that she can fight. I believe that's how it is. Okay, they really gotta speed up this wind effect. That's so slow. Surely they can make the wind affect everybody at the same time. Get iced.
脅威を排除する。 脅威を排除する。
Like, she's just better. She's just built better. So she can perceive it in a way that she can fight.
リミッター解除最大
The desert, the yellow sand, the campfire, and the endless eyelids, they all vanish without a trace. All that remains before her is a vast expanse of pure white.
ここは
Her neural cloud is no longer at the mercy of hallucinations. She calmly awaits the final conversation. Alva looks up at the sky. There is no sun, no moon, no stars. Only a pristine whiteness, like an immaculately spotless ceiling. She looks around in confusion, sensing the stillness of this world. When she first opens her eyes, the surrounding white seems shrouded in a thin mist or vapor. She begins to observe more closely. That haze slowly fades away.
Oh.
It is implied Griffin dolls have more resistance towards torture program, since they value their memories as precious. So ka. Even though everything remains flawlessly white, Alva has already recognized it. Oh yeah, Perry. She is in that mansion. The carpet, the walls, the furniture, all white, and blend perfectly into the white background. However, if one looks carefully, their shapes can still be discerned. If she were equipped with a wolf eye, she would have figured it out more easily.
やっと来たわね、アルバ。
That mansion.
アンジェ。
Which mansion? There's a billion. Oh my god, Anja looks amazing. That's a beautiful dress. Which mansion is this? You know, as far as tacky mansions go, this is pretty nice. Pearlescent, glass sofas. As if she had known Angelia would appear all along, Alva turns toward the source of the voice. Angelia is wearing a long, pure white dress, almost completely merging with the background. Only her familiar face and confident smile stand out clearly. She looks more mellow than Alva remembers, without a trace of battle left upon her. Alva is slightly taken aback by Angelia's unfamiliar appearance. Angelia steps forward lightly and reaches out to stroke Alva's cheek. The sensation is warm and real.
久しぶりね、アルバ。
Oh my god, she looks great. Seeing Angelia dressed like this fills Alva with an inexplicable sense of familiarity and comfort. She doesn't know what to say. She can only keep drinking in the sight of Angelia, as if trying to etch this image deep into her neural cloud.
10年ぶりかしら。
It's weird though, because if you play Project Neural Cloud, dolls have lives. They have like their own personal lives, right? And their struggles and all that. Well, maybe if you consider Neural Cloud just a spin-off, but I consider it canon.
はい。一瞬だったわね。
And you know, Shiki-kan deserves glazing, but sometimes maybe there's a bit too much glazing. Angelia scratches her head with a self-mocking smile, unsure where to begin.
どう？みんな元気？
Aww, it's like a mom. We're not woo level. True, we're not woo levels yet. Wife collector. Almost in real-world job, they are treated like tools in anything. Alva wants to speak, but it feels as though something is lodged in her throat. She gazes at Angelia, a flood of complex, indescribable emotions surging within her. Angelia takes Alva's hand and leads her slowly through the pure white mansion. Alva steadies herself and tells Angelia about Task Force Defy's battles over the past 10 years. About forming a new anti-relic organization. About dismantling Parades bases. Anjay simply listens with a smile as 10 years worth of words gush out of Alva all at once.
ケビンもネーレも助けてくれま
Girls'
した。
clothesline is about female wrestling. I'm sure we would prefer that, you know? Robot pro wrestling. It'd be more preferable to what is happening in this story. Kevin and Nelly. Yeah, Kevin. Wonder how he's doing. I cosplayed that guy, by the
潜水艦基地で助けた
way.
子供のこと覚えていますか？
When I met with Kuruko, I was actually cosplaying as as Kevin. It was really hard to source a fuckboy shirt like the one he's wearing. It was actually genuinely difficult to source it. I ended up finding it, and it was like a really, really, really tight fitting like thirst trap gym shirt. It was extremely tight fitting. It was hard to get into. I had to like get that perfect amount of like showing off the almost the tummy, like the side of the tummy. Because that's what Kevin does. Fucking thirst trap. You gotta show off the skin like a fucking man whore. The midriff, yeah. Like you don't see the belly button, but just like the side. It was hard to find a shirt that fit that. And had like the turtleneck, the half turtleneck looking collar. Dude actually legitimately dresses like a man whore. I can say that because I cosplayed as him. Wish I didn't stop thinking about Phase Connect Kevin. Oh, Mr. CEO, Fishman.
私と同じ名前の子？はい。アンナです。
Hmm? Oh, the child. The baby Naito.
成長して今やもう一人前に。一緒にいた子供たちも元気です。そう。
I kind of want to see them.
よかった。
I want to see them. They're probably super smart. Seeing, I think the scene where they were making fun of 45 was like just super funny. She didn't know how to deal with kids. Of course she doesn't know how to deal with kids. Suddenly Angelia stops walking. She turns to Alva and asks her, in the same casual tone one might use to ask what to eat for lunch.
あれば、この10年で諦めようと思ったことはないの？どうしてそんなことを？パラデウスは巨大すぎるわ。根絶するなんて無理かもしれない。すべてを投げ出すのも選択の一つよ。と言っても、あなたは聞かないでしょうね。
I don't think they should revive Anjay. She should stay dead. It would do a disservice to her to bring her back.
はい。私はまだ止まるわけには。
Before Alva can finish, Angelia gently pulls her into an embrace, speaking in a voice like she's soothing an exhausted child.
あなたたちに何もかも押し付けて申し訳なく思ってるわ。この10年辛かったでしょう。
And then cue the crying. Alva doesn't reply. She just holds Angelia tight. Okay, that's fine too.
それでもあなたたちはここまで来た。見違えるように頼もしくなって安心したわ。
Man, so much happened in that arc. In the people keep talking about the Lake of Cognition and have like no idea what it's about. Reluctantly, Alva lifts her head. After a long while, she whispers something so softly it's almost inaudible.
もしあなたが生きていたら、私もあなたたちのそばにずっといたい。
Yeah, guys. You have to accept it.
受け入れるしかないのよ。
She's already gone. Don't bring her back.
一番大変な時なのにごめんなさい。
Yeah, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Actually, don't do that. If you do that, I'll be legitimately angry.
いえ。昔一緒にいてくれた。それだけで十分です。そう。でも、いつまでも私を引きずらないで。メンタルをすり減らしてまでこんなシミュレーションをして。
Southern, if you said that in any other stream, you'd get banned immediately.
アンジェ。
Without context.
私はどうすれば。
Wait, is Pandora still around?
諦めたくない。けれど。
We think she'd be gone by now.
どうすればいいかわかりません。私も同じよ。今のあなたは
私なんかよりしっかりしてる。あの時の私も同じぐらいしっかりしてたらこんなことには。冗談よ。
Except her conscience still being within the lake of cognition. Bring her back to life a bit too much, you know.
アンジェ。
でも一つだけ忠告させて。
She's deader than dead, but they already did that. Lamau, Anji's dead, but we got Pandora fucking around and finding out. Huh?
忠告。
私の影を追わずに自分が正しいと思ったことをして、私と同じことに執着するのが意志を継ぐことじゃない。自分だけの目標を探して。
私の目標。
昔と同じことをすればいい。この10年たくさんの人を救ってきたんでしょ。そのためにしたこと後悔していない？
Okay.
するわけがないよ。
なら救い続けなさい。あなたの力で。答えが見つかる。大丈夫。きっと見つかるわ。私たちはそうやって進んできたじゃない。
Aww.
あなたたちがいる限り悪人どもも好き勝手できないわ。思う存分反逆しなさい。
Keep defying them. Mom joke. Alva chuckles in relief, and Angelia laughs along with her.
いつか必ず奴らを根絶やしにします。
ええ、楽しみにしているわ。そろそろね。私らしくないことをいっぱい喋ったけど、私は私じゃないしね。でも私が伝えたいこともきっと同じよ。今の私ほど優しく伝えられないかもしれないけど。帰り道わかるわよね。
はい。
Alva takes out the cube. Before activating it, she prepares to say her final goodbye to Angelia.
アンジェ、話せてよかったです。
あなたの防壁を突破するための演算力を逆に利用してこんなことしてると分かったら怒るわよね。あなたの敵。
Using the enemy's virus as like a therapy session to talk with your dead mom. Alva laughs and shakes her head.
彼女のおかげです。
Who's her?
そうね。あの子たちにもよろしく伝えといて。
はい。
Isn't the lake like sealed? When she opens it again, the cube has transformed into a familiar Viking.
元気でね、アルバ。
さようなら。
Alva raises the pistol. In the sights, Angelia smiles and waves at her. As Angelia falls, her body dissolves into countless specks of light. The white space finally begins to fold, collapsing in vast swaths and revealing endless darkness beyond. For everything turns to nothingness. Alva seems to glimpse a blurry figure standing in the distance. The figure simply nods once, and turns away, fading along with the collapsing white world.
ありがとう。私は進み続けます。戦闘終了。脅威はすべて排除しました。これで先に進めます。
I don't want Irma to come back. I don't want I'm sorry, Irma, but you have to stay dead. Okay? It's for the best. You need to stay dead, Irma. Were we in a neurocloud? We were, in fact, in her brain. She was being hacked. And she was using the enemy's hacking attempt to give herself a therapy session. The familiar hum echoes in her ears, the sounds of countless instruments and machines interweave into an endless industrial symphony. Inside the hibernation capsule, the cold touch of metal presses in from all sides, binding Alva tightly, leaving her unable to move. Alva slowly opens her eyes. And through the observation window, legs crossed as she perches on a high stool, is Chillaveg.
あ、起きた。
Elle accidentally got absorbed by the lake, but when Irma went into the lake, she didn't find Elle or Chaldanje. I don't know who Chaldanje is, and I don't know who Elle is. Who the fuck is Elle? From Death Note? She found a gate at the bottom of the lake. There's only way to Nirvana. I'm just saying it's been 10 years, so it isn't too far-fetched to probably manage to re-establish the lake. She's not naked in— No! She's cosplaying as a schoolgirl again. This is fucked up. Oh, Scar, right. I'm still eating my breakfast, yo. My brain not working. Chilveg springs up exaggeratedly, scampers to the observation window, pressing her entire face against the glass. Man, she'd be so funny to animate. Her distorted grin looks eerie and slightly comical. She taps the glass, as if knocking on a fish tank.
どうなってるんだろう。
She suddenly falls back a step, cupping her face. And I'm not a crow, I'm a raven.
頭カキカキされても意識が戻るなんて。最大出力だったのにな。ああ、怖い怖い。
Chilvig spins as she talks, making a little gesture beside her temple to convey how mind-blowing she finds the situation.
パンドラを甘く見すぎたかな。さすがサマンサ賞。
She bares her teeth in a wide grin, then suddenly slumps in disappointment, letting out an exaggerated sigh.
はあ、あんたのメンタルのかけらをジグソーパズルのように組み立てるの楽しみにしてたのに。まさかバラすことすらできないなんてね。おお、そうだった。苦しめちゃってごめんね、アルバちゃん。
She strikes an over-the-top pose in apology. Right hand to her chest, left hand drawing circles in the air.
まさかあの透かした人形があんたのあんな単純な挑発に乗るとは思わないじゃん。出力を最大まで上げたのは私じゃなくてイグラだから。そこんとこよろしく。
Wow, now you're blaming elegance?
もう完全にあんたへのダメージを度外視した操作だったから。いやー、怖かったね。私ですらためらうのに、一歩間違えるとここが吹っ飛ぶかもしれないからさ。
I want to see art of her doing the naked dogeza. Somebody please do it. Please, I need it. I need her to do the naked dogeza, please. 裸土下座の絵見たいんだよ。の落書き見たい。チルベイグの裸土下座見たい。
でも私にイグラは止められないんだよ。
どうしても見たいよ。
知っての通り、あいつは化け物だから。恨みを買ったら何されるか分かったもんじゃないよ。
Alva merely watches.
おっといけない。イグラのことで熱くなっちゃった。
Chilvig lightly smacks her own cheeks as if admonishing herself.
主役はあんただもんね、アルバちゃん。
Licking her lips?
意識が戻ったのは予想外だけど、奇跡はそう何度も起きないよ。 ちょっとはあんたの秘密話してくれる気になったかな。
She tilts her head, her voice almost coquettish. Yet a dangerous glint shines in her eyes. Alva doesn't answer right away, even though she senses she has regained the ability to speak. Whether because her condition has improved or because Chelevate has disabled some restrictions. Regardless, she simply stares.
チェ、これくらいじゃダメか。
Chelevate pouts and stomps her foot like a child denied candy. Then her expression rapidly shifts. She leans close to the glass, a cruel smile spreading across her face.
ま、死すら知らない化け物だから当然っちゃ当然か。私から何を聞き出したい？ボイマスティナと O43 の居場所なら今やお前たちの方が詳しいはず。反逆正体についてならパラデウスはすでに十分把握しているはずだ。お前たちと違って私たちは正々堂々表で動いているからな。なん勘違いだぞ。そういうのはイグラしか興味ないから。仲間じゃないのか。ちょっと違うかな。私たちはただ利害が一致しているだけ。ナゲットとポテトはセットで出てくるでしょ。は、ちょっと違うか。まあそんなもん。
Like pizza and cola? She wags a finger like a strict teacher, even though the analogy might as well have come from a child.
てなわけだから仲間じゃないね。私はイグラの腕っぷしを、イグラは私の頭脳が欲しいだけ。
I'm pretty sure she splattered your brain against the floor, like multiple times already.
私には十分仲間に聞こえるが、志も違うのに。反逆正体は利害の一致で集まったわけ？じゃあお前の志は何だ？
Yeah, what's her motivation? We don't know anything about Chilvate yet.
私は喋るの好きだし、いろいろ知ってるけど、あんたたち反逆正体のことはまだよく分かってないんだよね。あんたたちがパラデウスに対して変質的とも言える恨みを抱いているのは分かる。
Yes, the crazy dude does need a moment.
でも、その理由が分からないし、知りたい。
I like my crazy women to have depth, okay?
パラデウスのやろうとしていることは、現人類が到底たどり着けない領域なんだよ。生命の神秘、進化の奇跡、まるで魔法のようだけど科学そのものなんだ。その過程にわずかな犠牲があっても。
Come on, man. I thought she was gonna have a more interesting background than that.
結果オーライならどうでもよくない？ケーキを作るのだって卵を割らないといけないし。
If you want to make an omelet, you gotta crack a few eggs. Okay, there, Senator Armstrong.
人類を次のステップに導いて新たな世界を作るんだよ。そしてアルバちゃん、あんたはその世界の一員になれる。これだけ計り知れない潜在能力とメンタルを持ちながら 古びた体と無意味な恨みにとらわれちゃって。
Apparently she blabber random English in the KR dub. Wait, really?
惜しいよ。本当に惜しい。
I want to hear it.
チャンスをあげる。過去から抜け出して未来へ進むチャンスを。私と手を組んでくれたら、あんたが絶対に叶えたい願いを叶えてあげよう。
願い？
それはね、ただーん、あんたたちのかつての指揮官アンジェリアを生き返らせちゃうぞ。私が生き返るとこ見たでしょ。しかも2度もだよ。10年経っちゃったけど、アンジェリアの人格データはパラデウスのデータベースにあるから大丈夫。他のメンバーはどうでもいい。あんたさえうなずいてくれれば、アンジェリアはすぐにでも帰ってくるよ。私の知る限りだと、彼女の死がパラデウスへの恨みの根源だからね。
Joe is back. No. No, stay dead.
どう？これ以上ないウィンウィンだと思わない？
Okay, I'm done eating.
本当にできるのか？
もちろん、このチルロビグに二言はないよ。
So, in the end, Chilvex just got a really boring motivation. Damn. I was hoping for something.
そんな保証はどこにある？王43を手に入れるための嘘とも考えられる。お前とイグラの会話は聞いていた。楽園計画の完遂が、それより私を引き入れる方を優先するのか。
Her motivation's yet to be revealed. Okay.
私を誰だと思ってんのさ。マルチタスクくらい余裕余裕。
Yeah, you're a genius, but you're not as smart as the other geniuses, right?
あんたを味方につけることも、楽園計画を進めることも同時にできるんだから。
楽園計画の実態は何だ？
へえ、そんなに知りたい？しょうがないな。じゃあちょっとだけ。楽園計画は人類に変革をもたらす計画。蝶を誘うある花を使って前人未到の新世界へ。戦争も病も痛みもなく、幸福と永劫だけがある世界へ訪れる。
Oh, sound like you're overpromising. We're not at a shareholder conference, you know? Ends all wars, ends all illness, makes everybody happy. Damn, what a miracle.
誰もが肉体から解き放たれ、永遠の命を得られて、誰もが夢を叶えられる無限の可能性を秘めた世
Yeah,
界へ。
she's really overselling it.
それを叶える鍵として花が必要なんだよね。分かってくれた？そろそろ答えを聞かせてほしいな。
それはまた随分と偉大だな。だから王43を利用して
遺跡の扉を開くつもりか。
Oh. They're gonna use her to activate a relic.
モルスカヤズビズダーを小型化したものを作ったのか。道理で大量のコーラプス粒子が必要なわけだ。
Oh, they made a starfish.
遺跡の作り出すあの空間、何に使うつもりだ。
あんた。は、どうしてそれを知ってるわけ？
She rises to her terminal only to discover the central system's firewall has already completely failed. That's when it dawns on her. Alva has infiltrated the servers. She may have read all the classified data.
バカにしてるの？
That's funny. That's funny. That's funny. She got played like a chump. Her voice turns sharp, her sweet smile twisting into something grotesque.
どうやらお前は
Played like a damn
自
fiddle.
分が思うほど頭は良くないようだ。
Damn, outsmarted by a robot.
私が何のためにここに来たと思ってる。
This time it is Alva whose voice is dripping with open mockery.
だがお前は一つだけ正しいことを言った。お前なんか小に遠くを
This is
及ば
why
な
you
い。
can't trust AI, kept her yapping. Because this whole time she's been standing and talking in front of the test tube, right? She hasn't been able to keep a check on the monitor. Chiliveg's expression shifts rapidly, anger, hurt, rage, before settling into a warped smile. That's hot. That's hot. Understand, if I were in a relationship, this is the sort of thing that I would do to my partner. I'd like, oh, this is what I would live for. Mind break.
ああ、せっかくチャンスをあげようと思ったのに、あんたはそれをミスミスと。
She slams her hand against the observation window with a deafening bang.
残念だけど、今まで通りに扱わせてもらうね。
I kind of wish
メ
they
ンタル
like.
攻撃から生き延びられても、物理的なダメージはどうだろうね。
I wish they animated an eye twitch. That would be so funny. If they animated her eye twitching.
いつまでその生意気な態度でいられるかな。
Like, but we're not getting the twisted smile. I wanted that. A sick smile spreads across her face. Alva no longer hides her fury. She glares at Chiliveg with open contempt and disgust.
ずっとだ。いつかお前たち、パラデウスとジラードが罪の代価を払うまで、特にお前はこの手で頭を引きちぎる。
Oh, damn. That's morbid.
アンジを侮辱したことを後悔させてやる。
Twist her head like a top. Like a Beyblade. Chiliveg guffaws as if she's heard the funniest joke.
いやー、楽しみだよ、アルバちゃん。
A smile freezes on Chiliveg's face as she stares at Alva in disbelief.
何をした？
Alva answers her with a hint of derision.
さあ、
Chiliveg stands stunned for 3 seconds and snaps out of it. She rushes back to the terminal, trying to initiate self-destruction, but the system rejects her.
アルバ。
Like a Kool-Aid twist top.
同じ手は二度も通用しない。自決剤を持ってないのなら早く逃げるんだな。
Have you bought poison this time? If not, you'd better run.
用事を済ませたらまた遊び相手になってあげる。
She blows an exaggerated kiss, then turns and sachets out of the lab.
出番だよ、ボイマスティナ。
Alva closes her eyes. There's no panic, no hesitation, just calmness. Her fingers twitch slightly, as if playing a silent melody. Meanwhile, deep beneath Gerard Group's facilities, Voimastina makes her final preparations. Wait, what about the child? We never got the babysitting chronicles. Voimistina is laden with carefully prepared tactical gear, breaching tools, electronic jammers, spare magazines, and several compact EMP devices. She finishes her third equipment check and shuts down the map. In the corner of the sewer, Helena keeps a clear distance from Voimistina. She curls up on a protruding pipe in the shadows, watching Voimistina's every move. 3 metal spheres orbit her. Has she not had any food?
突入1分前。
Voimistina's voice is low and steady, though it's unclear who she's addressing. She inspects her assault rifle, making sure that every mechanical component is optimal, then seats the magazine in one smooth, silent motion. Helena watches her proficient handling of the weapon and instinctively shrinks back. The 3 metal spheres move at once, forming a miniature protective barrier. Voimistina notices the movement but shows no emotional response. She simply continues with her preparations, scanning the surroundings.
ルート確認完了。
Helena leans forward lightly, seemingly curious about Voimistina's muttering, but quickly withdraws when Voimistina looks up at her.
あいつ上にいる？
No, she still talks like a baby. She takes a small device from her tactical pack. After a moment of hesitation, she sets it on the ground between herself and Helena.
ジャミング装置だ。いざという時に押せ。
Helena stares at the device but doesn't reach for it. One of her metal spheres glide over it, lightly prods it as if checking for danger, then carries it back to her. I didn't know they could do that. Voimistina watches calmly, offering no comment.
私とアルバ、そして彼女にはお互いにしかわからない発信機が取り付けられている。型は古く、受信範囲は2キロしかないが。
It is a key component of her and Alva's breach formation, and now the lifeline of this rescue mission. They've got like ancient signal, they've got like really ancient signal beacons. Okay, so technology is so old that nobody else recognizes it.
あいつどうして逃げなかった？
Yeah, it's only 2 kilometers. Oh, they're using they're using a 5G network. That's their ancient signal beacon. It's a 5G network. The question catches Voimistina off guard. She pauses what she's doing and looks at Helena.
任務のため、お前のためだ。
あいつ私知らない。あいつ助ける？
ああ。
本当？
だがお前は一緒に来るな。
やだ！
ダメだ。お前を守る余裕はない。
私強い？
She's arguing with her. Voimistina draws her broken combat knife and uses a snap blade to carve a grotesque face into the ground.
あいつは強い。
Oh, she's drawing that person. She's drawing
私よりも。
Igla. Helena looks down at the crude drawing. Even generously speaking, it's terrible. But she recognizes Igla all the same.
そっか。
Oh, she's so adorable.
ここで待っていろ。アルバを助けたら迎えに来る。
うん。これあげる。守ってくれる？
ありがとう。
Oh, she can give her the sphere? Oh, wow, she can just give it to other people? She launches upward like a battering ram, smashing through metal grate in an instant. The entrance is torn open, and a shaft of bright light comes pouring down. Light falls on Helena, who stayed behind on her own. She lifts her head slightly, waiting in silent obedience. Damn, she just Superman jumped. Alright, let's go. Almost done with 1.5. Alright, let's deploy Void Mestina. That's not Void Mestina. I'm in. Sending over security system plans now. Yeah, it's funny. They're repeating the same thing over again. Will you have enough time for part 2? No, I won't. We'll have to do it again later. I can start part 2 though. Now where is Boy Mestina?
手加減の必要は
What the fuck? She just starts with the robot? What the? Wait, she starts stealth too? What the? Did she just stay in the robot forever?
Engine 起動
V3 goes up to 10 units, which is enough to zero turn most maps. Oh, okay, okay. What the heck? What the? Bro just exploded. What? Huh? What's happening? I can't even get close enough to the PAL bunker. Damn, it did 1 damage. 1 whole damage. Alright, let's do the PAL bunker. Oh, that's so cool! We armor core here. Oh! If not for Alva's guiding signal, Void Mestina would have never discovered the secret Parades laboratory. She can't find, nor does she bother to look for, the switch to any hidden door. After confirming the location, she simply smashes through the wall with brute force. I'm the Juggernaut, bitch! I just imagine her run through every wall. Helena's metal sphere follows closely behind her. It emits a beam of blue light to scan the passage for traps and surveillance devices. Then it precisely fires several jamming pulses. After destroying the automated sentry turrets lining the corridor, she drives a powerful kick into the metal heavy door. At a tremendous force, the door twists and caves inward, nearly tearing free from its frame. The hinges let out an agonizing screech. Debris flies and dust fills the air. As the door finally collapses, Void Mestina's figure appears in the laboratory entrance, like an unscalable mountain. She takes in the busy marionette doll researchers, the complex instruments and machinery, but in the end her gaze settles on the specially designed hibernation capsule. Even without confirming the signal, she knows Alva is in there.
Void Mestina.
The moment Void Mestina steps into the lab, the busy marionette dolls abruptly turn toward her. Blades and firearms extend from hands, and they all lunged at Void Mestina. At that instant, Helena's metal sphere deploys its full weapon system, transforming to a floating spherical turret. Precise energy beams fire from multiple angles, striking key points on several dolls and opening a path for Voimosina. These dolls are even stronger than the guards outside. A blade hacks into Voimosina's frame, carving a deep wound. Wait, it actually hit? But Voimosina pays no mind. She grabs one of them, yanks hard, tearing off the arm with the polymer vibration blade attached to it. Without a single pause, she swings the severed limb like a weapon. I love that. I love it. Using limbs as weapons is really funny to me. I love seeing it in fiction. The limb slams into another doll's head with tremendous force. Its skull explodes. Voimosina's movements are clean, decisive, and packed with raw power. In the next movement, she has already closed in on the remaining dolls. Bullets rain down on Voimosina, sending sparks flying across her frame. Yet she seems unfazed, her steps never slowing. Soon, only one figure remains. She stands amid the wreckage, her body splattered with synthetic fluid and machine oil. Strong as she may be, Voimosina is still covered in wounds. The metal sphere hovers at her side, scanning the remains on the floor. Ignoring the sphere, she strides toward the capsule holding Alva. She hooks her thumb in and rips hard, tearing the capsule door right off.
Alva.
大丈夫。全部計画通り。
Voimosina lowers her gaze to the cables, restraints binding Alva's frame. Having fought her way here with sheer violence, she now becomes careful and precise. The torn cables, still sparking, silently testify to the torment Alva endured while imprisoned. Wires snap with crackling pops, sending sparks flying. The strains tear loose with ripping hisses. Soon Alva is free. No greetings, no relief. She just gently pushes Voimosina aside and walks straight towards the terminal. Her objective is crystal clear, as if every step has been planned. At this moment, Alva looks like a rescued captive. Looks less like a rescued captive and more like an operative who's finally reached her target.
Helena は
Alva extracts an auxiliary digit from her hand, then draws a data cable from the back of her neck and plugs it directly into the terminal. The motion is fluid, nothing like someone who had just almost survived a neural attack, and far more like a hunter.
下水道だ。置いてきた。
Alva frowns.
あそこの方が安全だからな。それと通信機だ。お前のメンタルは著しく損傷している。ハッキングはリスクが高い。
Oh,
でも時間がない。
disconcerted.
今やらないと全てが無駄になる。楽園計画の実態についても。でもまだまだ情報が足りない。それとアンジェの人格データがパラデウスのデータベースに残されていた。
Engram of Andrew's consciousness is still in Paradis' database.
誰にもアンジェの眠りを邪魔させない。
But it's just a copy, isn't it?
イグラが戻ってくる前にできるだけデータをダウンロードしない。やっぱり私たちはパラデウスについてあまりにも。
侵入してからここにたどり着くまで2分42秒費やした。そろそろ敵が来るだろう。
It's been less than 3 minutes.
今撤退しないと苦戦する。
分かってる。ここのデータを持ち出すことができれば。
分かった。次の目標を教えてください。
Inside the laboratory, aside from the shrill alarm, the only sounds are the low operating hum of machinery and soft tapping of Alva's fingers. On the screen, a progress bar crawls forward at an agonizing pace. Every second seems unbearably long.
次からは。
ん？
こんな無茶な作戦はこれっきりだ。
Oh, she's concerned. Don't pull this kind of stunt again.
保証はできないけど、努力するよ。この方法が通用するのも多分今回だけ。次捕まったら、メンタルを直接破壊されるだろうね。
次があればな。
あなたがいるから大丈夫だよ。
Aww.
ヘレナが待ってる。
終わったらすぐに迎えに行こ
う。AK-15 is not the one-dimensional character who just likes using brute force. Unacceptable. She's not just a gorilla who likes to fight. No. AK-15 has feelings. No. Guys, if you want an unfeeling robot so bad, just date a fucking Cyclops. Unlike last time, Alva did not give Chilla Vegas a chance to self-destruct. She could not destroy the data in the computer or wipe the hard drives. There's far too much intelligence here that they need. Including the true detailed files of Project Eden. Voimistina raises her head. She gazes through the laboratory door, through the long corridor beyond, and into the distance.
来た。
Voimistina says it calmly, as if stating something utterly trivial. She racks the bolt and grips the high polymer vibrating blade stored from a marionette doll.
行ってくる。
頑張って。
Alva does not turn around. Oh, another 1v1. Igla calmly strides through the wreckage left by the explosion. As though out for a leisurely stroll, her suit remains perfectly pressed. Her high heels click crisply against the rubble. Behind her follows a fully armed elite unit. Igla comes to a halt, lightly straightening her cuff. Her gaze settles ahead on Voimistina, who is standing like an unbreakable bulwark, blocking the way to the lab.
Oh.
Elegance! Igla's voice is soft as velvet, yet carries an undeniable force.
こんなところでお会いするとは意外ですね。ボイマスティナさん。
Elegance. Every fucking tourist. Didn't someone make like a meme for to be used against tourists? I'm pretty sure somebody made a tourist meme for a GF. And then the guards behind her are human soldiers. All of them are marionette dolls. And before her, on the road leading to the laboratory, the familiar figure blocks her path once again. This alone is reason for her to stop. Avented it, yeah. He made a tourist meme. Someone who isn't paying attention, right? When Messina does not respond, she gently sets the assault rifle in her hands down against the wall, then retrieves two long blades from her waist. Oh, we're doing hand-to-hand combat! After the previous clash, both she and Igla know full well that conventional firearms are meaningless against tactical dolls of their caliber.
その武器。なるほど。確かにそうですね。
いざ勝負! We're gonna have a duel. Leon versus Gunk. Man. No, the character in RE9 is absolutely hunk. People say it's not hunk, it's just hunk. They just don't say his name. It's hunk. He's hunk. Don't even at me with that headcanon stuff.
手出し無用です。
Skill issue. He pretended to die, okay? Her right hand brushes a slender rapier at her waist. Her left draws the silver and gold pistol. He was also infected. It's not headcanon. Yeah, he was also infected. Like, It's just two old men. Two infected old men who are dying. Hopefully he got the cure.
私たちの対話に重火器は無粋。
Firearms at our level of discourse do seem a bit lacking in taste. She holsters the pistol. It's a black powder pistol. Man. That's kind of insane.
ようやく全体像を把握できました。
I don't know if there's anything elegant about a black powder pistol. Those things are dirty as fuck. Leon can parry an RPG. Leon can parry a time. He can parry a nemesis. He got demoted one letter from H. Now he's gunk. I still need to play his mode in RE2.
アルバさんの作戦には驚かされました。まさか私に捕まるのも計画のうちだったとは。結果的に彼女を機密に触れさせてしまった。
Igla, why are you narrating this as if you weren't fooled by this? You're like, Alba's plan was such a masterful plot. Yeah, and it fooled you. Don't act like it didn't fool you.
アルバさんがデータを盗む間、あなたがそれを援護する。その大胆さ、驚嘆に値します。反逆正体は確かにその名にたがわぬ精鋭ぞろい。アルバさんには後ほど謝罪させていただきます。
You got played like a fiddle. And now you're like, I must apologize for my discourtesy. Voimistina remains silent. She lowers her center of gravity slightly and shifts into an optimal combat stance. Pascal laughing at how stupid other manufacturers are making their third-gen dolls, while telling Rose she's a failure, even though Rose is most insightful are third-gen.
その沈黙、賛同と捉えてもよろしいですか?
Igla's actually just really dumb. She's really dumb, very childish, but like she puts on an act.
私たちは敵対する定めにありますが、あなたやアルバさんには敬意を表したいと思います。
I still want her though. I want to put her in a dress.
しかし、
She looks great here.
職務は全うせねばな
I
りま
just
せん。
noticed. You can see her belly button. Why? Is that necessary? Yes. That the belly button indent is very necessary. She looks great in the butler outfit, but I want to see her in a dress. I want to see her with her hair down.
あなた方を見逃すわけにはいきません。
She's got a very pretty forehead, but I do want to see her with her hair down. She's like Cocoon and Darchor. Oh my god. I like Cocoon a lot. I like Cocoon. She's my perfect. She's like the perfect amount of what do you even call that? Cocoon is like incredibly seductive. She's very much like the like corporate spy, corporate espionage, fake secretary sort of deal. I like that.
お嬢様やジラードグループの未来、そして楽園計画は何より優先されます。データのダウンロード、あとどれくらいかかりそうですか?
Darcher is just a dummy. Darcher is just a dummy, and it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny how stupid Darcher is. I'm beginning to think like Darcher maybe was the wrong type of character to introduce the story with.
なるほど。急がなければならないようですね。
Like she just gets mugged so hard by every other third gen.
ボイマスティナさん、無礼をお許しください。そろそろ対話を切り上げさせていただきます。
無駄話が多い。
Stop talking.
では、言葉ではなく行動で示しましょう。アルバさんを全力で阻止させていただきます。
I wonder how much work was put into her like vocabulary module. Like, man, shut up and fight. Oh, that's a pretty cool music. Chaos boss theme from Deep Oblivion. Like C3PO doesn't know when to shut up.
Engine 起動。さっさと倒れたらどうだ。
No, shoot. Oh, she doesn't do any damage. The writer keeps describing her clothes. Whose? Random rocket just... Okay. Serious fall. Let's do this.
さっさと倒れたらどうだ。
She's doing 0 damage. Alright, let's blow her up. Wait, we can't kill her? That's pretty crazy. Enemy unit with attack range takes targeted damage from ally unit when seen performance with a support action.
Engine 起動。
Damn. 1 HP.
次。
Okay, cool. Dude, she's so broken. I haven't even upgraded her yet. Every thrust of Eagle's blade is graceful and dazzling, as though she's dancing a waltz rather than fighting for her life. Her rapier traces perfect arcs through the air. Though her movements are filled with flourishes, each strike is measured to the millimeter. Voimastina answers with steady, precise blocks. The twin blades in her hands become extensions of her body. Every motion stripped of excess, just like her personality. The ultimate refinement versus the ultimate efficiency. The battle between two top-tier tactical dolls has long surpassed the bounds of ordinary combat, resembling an intense performance instead.
あなたの戦い方には目を見張るものがあります。
Iga's voice remains mild and velvety, yet every word carries a razor-sharp killing intent. Voimastina is visual novel mode. That's funny. She speaks even as she threads her attacks through nearly impossible angles. The rapier is seemingly almost alive.
花はありませんが、実用的で無駄がない。刃を交えて、あなたへの敬意がより深まりました。
Stop talking! Her body is already covered in wounds. Her combat suit is slashed open in several places, exposing synthetic components beneath, in steep of biomimetic blood. Even so, her movements remain precise.
戦闘中の雑談はお好みではないようです。個人的にはもう少し反逆正体について知りたいところですが。
No sooner does Igla finish speaking than she abruptly accelerates her assault. The rapier leaves after images in the air. Every strike viciously angled at points that are hardest for Voimastina to defend. She's too big! She's too tall! same time, the few remaining marionette dolls join in the fray, attempting to break through Voimastina's defenses. Voimastina's wolf-eye flashes. In the next instant, she twists her body in an almost impossible angle, narrowly evading Igla's deadliest thrust. Simultaneously, her long blade sweeps sideways, cleaving a charging marionette doll clean in half.
見事な反射速度。
Igla inclines her head slightly in genuine admiration.
ですが、こちら側が有利です。あなたの素体はアルバさんがダウンロードを完了するまで持ちません。
As if to validate her words, the long blade in Voimastina's left hand emits an ominous sound of metal fatigue. With a sharp crack, the blade snaps in two. Voimastina's glances expressionlessly at the broken weapon, then discards it and grips the remaining blade with both hands. Her stance grows slightly constrained, but her gaze remains as firm as ever.
武器の損耗はそのまま形勢を表します。
Igla twirls her blade in a flourish, its cold sheen flashing beneath the lights. Her posture is unhurried, as though she completely holds control of the battle.
あなたにも責務はあると思いますが、引き際は肝心ですよ。
残りはお前だけだ。
And Voimastina answers calmly. Her gaze sweeps down the corridor. The marionette doll unit under Igla's command has almost entirely annihilated, leaving only a few that are barely able to move.
戦績の自慢ですか？
No, she's just stating facts.
ですが、ダミーを倒しただけで有頂天になってもらっては困ります。あなたを倒し、アルバさんの元へ向かいます。そしてあなたにはデータベースの一部になっていただきましょう。
確かにお前は強い。私のようにな。
You are strong, like me. Igla quirks with an eyebrow, a flicker of surprise crossing her eyes.
これはまた独特な自己評価軸ですね。
Using herself as a benchmark. You're strong, like me.
ショーが私を作った時、私より強い人形はいなかった。お前の性格は最悪だが、私も同じだ。
We both have terrible personalities. That's true. Voimastina's words are calm and definitive, not boastful. She's merely stating facts.
面白い。私たちが似ているとでも？
A trace of wariness flashes in Igla's eyes as she subtly adjusts her stance.
いや、忠告だ。
I'd offer you a bit of advice. Voimastina lifts her hand to her head and rolls her neck.
最強の人形という肩書きを外した自分に何が残るのか。
What remains if you lose your title of strongest doll? Before she gets to the end of the sentence, Voimastina suddenly drops low to evade Igla's thrust. The cold glint of the rapier skims just above her head.
考えるんだな。
You're nothing at all.
ご忠告ですが、的外れと言わざるを得ません。
Igla's voice remains calm, but an icy edge creeps into her tone. Her movements suddenly accelerate, the rapier transforming into a curtain of silver light that assaults Voimastina from every angle.
私の存在意義は強さではなく、お嬢様への忠誠です。あなたには理解できないと思いますが。
Voimastina strains to block the relentless barrage. Fine cracks spread along her blade. Her movement begins to slow slightly, yet her eyes remain keen as ever. At that moment, a burst of precise gunfire rings out from far end of the corridor. The bullets travel along near impossible trajectories through the complex environment, aimed straight at Igla's vitals. Igla reacts instantly. Her rapier arcs flawlessly through the air, knocking the bullets aside, except for one. A single round pierces her shoulder, punching a hole through her pristine suit. Igla's movement falters for an instant. Disbelief flashes across her eyes, before hardening into an icy fury.
不快なまでに的確な射撃ですね。ボイマスチナ、避けて!
Alva's voice rings around the corner, clear and resolute. She stands in a perfect firing position, posture ready, muzzle trained directly on Igla. Without the slightest hesitation, Voimstina turns and sprints down the corridor at extreme speed.
させません。
Igla is about to give chase when she notices Alva's muzzle dip slightly, revealing the several small devices on the ground, blinking with a red light.
今だ。
Chain of explosions erupt, instantly turn the corridor into an inferno.
無粋な。
From within the dust comes Igla's cold, restrained voice. The thunderous crash, piled up rubble is hurled aside by an immense force. Her suit is covered in dust, her flawless hair is disheveled, yet her posture remains immaculate, her murderous gaze sharper than ever. However, when the smoke funnel clears, Alva and Voimstina are already gone.
見事なコンビネーションです。総員、限界態勢。目標逃走中。絶対に逃がしてはなりません。施設全体を封鎖してください。お嬢様の夕食までに型をつけます。
次の目標を教えてください。
Was that the end of 1.5? If it is, it's not really an ending. No, it's not. We've got one more. In a luxurious suite, Zimmerman stands before the full-height window, looking down at the nightscape of Vive. His fingers drum the window frame slightly, his eyes flashing with apparent anxiety. Anxiety? After a moment's hesitation, he walks over to the sofa, sits down, then produces a specially modified encrypted communicator. He enters a long, complex password and dials a number. The call connects instantly.
シルロビグさん、これはどういうことですか？
おお、議員先生じゃん。何のことかな？
He's not wearing the evil suit. Chilveg's teasing voice comes through a communicator, light and buoyant, as if she's letting him in on some inside joke.
おとぼけはなしでお願いします。私は今、冷静に話せる自信はありません。
怖いな。ちょっと手伝ってあげようと思っただけじゃん。
手伝い？私が動く前に目標の一人を研究所から遠ざけたことがですか？ジャジャ馬のオルフェルーネよりあの第三世代人形こそ最優先で始末すべきだ。
Oh. Killing the disobedient Orphalune. Man, he wants to kill her. Was he the one who sent the attack force?
私に楽園計画への投資をすると申し出たのはあなたです。良い関係を築けたと思ったのですが、恩をあだで返すとは。
で、作戦は成功したの？
何？失敗を招いた張本人がどの口で？
じゃあオルフェルーネはまだ生きてるんだ。
Zimmerman is suddenly at a loss for words. You know, I thought Zimmerman was supposed to be a big bad, but he might get taken down in this event.
イグラがいなかったのに、世間知らずのお嬢様一人殺せなかったんだ。
And he was making such a big scene earlier with the evil suit, you know, with the fedora and the overcoat. For him to get taken down so quickly?
じゃあ、イグラがいたらあんたの手下を全員ミンチになってたよね。
I was kind of hoping he'd be a long-term villain.
なのに、私がイグラを引き離したことを責めるわけ？バカじゃないの？
So funny. Even without that third gen doll present, you still couldn't eliminate a pampered young girl whose hands have only ever touched lab equipment. If Igla was been there, wouldn't she have slaughtered your people like dogs? You still have the nerve to ask me why I sent the third gen doll away. Are you an idiot? Oh! Zimmerman is left speechless by a barrage of insults. After venting her anger, Shilveg smoothly slips back into her usual teasing tone. Everyone has their own goals and agenda, just using... Well, I know that. I know that much. I just wasn't expecting him to be so small time. Shilveg's voice suddenly drops into a soft whisper.
それは。
ジラードはもう泥船も同然。だからあんたに接触した。
Zimmerman's more your typical politician.
あんたは投資してるんじゃなくて、投資させてもらってるの。
We chose you to continue the investment.
私たちの信頼に応えてほしいな。
He was chosen to continue the work with Gerard. It wasn't his choice.
どうなるかわからないよ。
With ample personnel and combat resources, attacking a research institute located in White Zone should have been effortless. So why did the mission still fail? Could someone have been obstructing his plans all along? Shiki-kan sneezes. A tall man in military uniform strides in. Zimmerman is about to erupt. When he recognizes the man, he swallows his anger at once and puts on the flawless professional smile.
アポなしで失礼します。ズイマン議員。
Hell's this? Soldier's tone is level and detached, devoid of any real apology.
副部長とイベントに出席されたはずじゃ。
その副部長の命令で参りました。
Deputy Minister.
議員、もう時間は残りわずかです。ジェラードグループは風前の灯火ですが、賭けに出る資本が残されています。明日の実験が順調に進めば、楽園計画によって影響力を取り戻すことでしょう。あなたは大変聡明な方です。しかし、今回の件でファルベングループが誠意を示すことができなければ、この関係を見直す必要があるかもしれません。
Wait, even checked Fobbins on the chopping block.
そのつもりで。
わかりました。
Zimmerman finally mutters a reply, the confidence in his voice clearly replaced by
明日までに
distress.
あの第三世代人形をお届けいたします。
Yeah, even checked Fobbins on the chopping block. The earlier events were establishing them as if they were formidable and beyond government control, but maybe that was just in ODE. Once the door closes, Zimmerman's smile vanishes, his face twisting into a grotesque expression. He snatches up a nearby wine glass and hurls it violently against the wall. Chilveg ends the call and looks at the small figure behind her.
おかえり、お花ちゃん。
Damn, she got caught, of course. Helena trembles uncontrollably as she stares wide-eyed at the woman before her. She tries to make the floating spheres protect her, but they aren't responding, of course. They're the ones who built it. Of course she can't use it on them.
あれ、誰がこれをあんたにあげたのか忘れたのかな。
Chilveg produces a button and presses it slightly. The spheres immediately dim and drop lifelessly to the ground.
節郎さんには一本取られたけど、こっちにはまだ切り札がある。そのおかげであんたを見つけられたんだよね。
They're also just a cog within Orlog conglomerate. Conglomerate could decide at any moment that they're expendable, right? There's always a bigger fish.
誰が？あの二人の人形？
Chilveg bursts into laughter.
あいつらは自分たちを優先してあんたをくっさい下水道に置いてったんだよ。はっ、ウケる。あんたがそんなに大事なら今ここにあんたがいるのはおかしいよね。それにイグラも怒らせちゃったし。
It's pretty interesting to have a silly villain like this threatening a child. Especially with, like, her sleeves, you know, coming past her arms, right? it's a really weird, what do you call it, contrast.
今頃ズタボロにされてるんじゃないかな。
Gerard screwed up and got rid of it.
まあそんなことは置いといて。さあ、役目を果たす時間だよ。あんたはこのために生まれたんだから。
Are they gonna dissect her?
準備に取り掛からないと。
Right, they're gonna use her to open a relic, right? Is she gonna survive the process? No. Fainted. Right. Part 3. Or part 2. Yeah, we need to give her some. Give Boy Mistina some more strength, because she just barely beat what's her name. Actually, no, we're fine. We're fine. Takes a collapsed radiation immune individual to have access. It didn't work though in RC. It's not just being immune. There's some other things that affect it. Because in RC, spoiler talk, GF2 couldn't open relics despite being immune. She couldn't open relics anymore. Stand before the hotel's full-height window, my fingers slightly tapping. Man, everybody likes tapping on the windows. The sumptuous skyline of the white zone traces a dazzling horizon in the night, sharply contrasted with the dim gray outline of the satellite city. The prosperity outside the window feels utterly at odds with the weight in my mind. With Leiva's coordination, we managed to shake off the security authorities far more easily than expected. The identity card sent every official who tried to inspect us scampering. We returned to the hotel to reorganize our intel. In one corner of the room, Kulfin nails down the carpet, completely absorbed in sorting out the materials we retrieved. Groza leans against the wall nearby, carefully inspecting her weapons. I let out a sigh and refocused my thoughts. That sudden attack and the mysterious scientist named Chilveg. While Groza updates Leiva and the others on the situation, I also take the opportunity to contact Elmo. Dandelion speaks with an unusual seriousness. I saw a meme earlier. Dandelion. She looks like a red flag, but is actually a good girl, which is very true. She acts like a red flag, but she actually is a good girl.
ああ。だが研究内容とは対照的に、警備はほぼないと言っていいのが気になった。
まあ、当然といえば当然ね。
Everyone's trying to open relics.
コーラプス粒子をエネルギーに変える技術は普
I mean,
及こそしてい
isn't
な
that
い
why
けど、すでに
the
実
Earl
用化されているわ。
decided to bring
ノレー
William
の量
along?
産している浄化車とエルモ号のベクトルエンジンがいい例ね。
What are they talking about? Yeah, no, collapse particles into energy isn't even a crazy thing. The Elmo's 10 years old, and its vector engine does exactly the same thing, and so does the power plants at OEDE. Those were also I don't know if they said they were vector engines, but they did say they were using collapse particles to make electricity.
私の考えすぎか。
She's in Red Flag's body.
楽園計画は本当にオルフェルーネの言うように何の変哲もない研究プロジェクトなのか。それともその裏にパラデウスが何かを隠しているのか。
I mean, all you gotta do is like replace her mind with a supercomputer, right?
もし本当に発表通りに計画が進めば、低コストでイエローエリアの浄化を行いながら発電もできるのだから、確かに楽園に違いないわね。
Yeah, if you could reduce collapse radiation without, you know, how usually epiphyllums will, when they bloom, they spread radiation, right? What if you could just convert that radiation into electricity?
でも都市一つの消費電力を賄うなんてペルシカにすらできないゲートをあの小娘にできると思う？
Even Perska could only achieve that energy conversion at the scale of powering a remolding pattern. Covering an entire city with it.
確かに。
Seems also kind of dangerous.
そういえば気がかりなことがある。
何？
オルフェルーネはフランクフルト事件で真理を見たと言った。彼女もあの空間に影響されたのか。
I don't know what happened in Frankfurt. Did everybody get sent into a third space? Did a relic open in Frankfurt?
指揮官、約束を忘れたの？
すまん。話を戻そう。
What?
問題は
Wait.
オルフェルーネ本人がどこまで知って
Wait,
い
what
るか。
promise does he have with Dandelion? Why did she get upset?
彼女の研究に対する熱意は本物だった。
Does Shiki-kan and
こんな
Lunasia?
記者相手に誇らしげに実験施設を案内したくらい、私を騙すための演技だとは思えない。
複雑に考えすぎよ。またいつものように女の子をたぶらかしたんじゃない？
Your irresistible charm.
その可能性は限りなくゼロに近いな。
I mean, you know, maybe she has daddy issues, you know? And Shiki-kan is a handsome... He's a handsome, dapper man in his 40s. Reliable, strong, and kind. And I think he's like the perfect, you know... Her dress is so good. Yeah, it is.
じゃあゼロではないのね。
Who sent out hearts? We haven't seen Ian. Yeah, we don't have a file chapter on the Ian side yet.
オルフェルーネのことは引き続き調べるわ。
Did
新
it-
しい情報が入ったら共有してちょうだい。
Did it already end in the Chinese side?
ああ、それじゃ。
Or are we talking about GF2? I walk over to a large round table in the center of the room. Spread across it is a huge map of Vive, with several key locations marked in red. Orfloon's research facility, Gerard's headquarters, and several experimental fields on the
彼
outskirts.
女が無実だとしたら、背後にいるのは誰だ？
Man, if there's an explosion of zombies, it's gonna be an issue, isn't it?
オレク・ジラード、イグラ、それとも。
In a way, Dandelion's parents are a mix of M4A1, William, and the relics.
一番怪しいのはチルロビグ。
イグラがこんなやつのためにオルフェルーネを一人にしたんですか？オルフェルーネの生活のすべての面倒を見てきたんですよ。チルロビグの電話一本で
China-Japan
彼女の
service
元
just
から
ended.
離れるなんて
JP just got the ending like a
早すぎ
week
ます。
or two ago. Oh, okay.
でもオルフェルーネ本
Wait,
人
they
は
ended
異を
service?
唱えなかった。
On Steam?
あるいは不審に思わなかった。ということはオルフェルーネも承知の上か、以前も同じことがあったかよ。仮に黒幕がチルロビグだとしてイグラはどういう立ち位置なの？
Even as Orpheloon naively demonstrated her experimental results, Igla maintained an almost professional mask. But in certain moments, especially when I pressed deeper, her reactions revealed a level of wariness far beyond that of an ordinary assistant.
一枚噛んでいる。チルロビグがオルフェルーネに何を隠しているのかも知っているはずだ。
Does he know? Does she know? She knows. Does she know? She doesn't know.
パラデウスのことも人体実験のことも私の口から聞かされるのを
Oh
な
yeah, it's stupid.
オルフェルーネのことを守ってい
For
る
real this time.
私たちが襲撃者を撃退していなかったら誰が送り込んだ？ファルベングループ、
Oh
パラデ
right.
ウス。
Shiki-kan hasn't met Zimmerman. He doesn't know who Zimmerman is. Zimmerman's whole deal has been with Kalena, and to a lesser extent with the UMPs.
ところで指揮官、本当にオルフェルーネが何も知らないと思っているんですか？
状況的にそう考えた方が自然だ。だが完全には信頼していない。思想がどうであれ、ジラードグループの次期総裁兼主任研究員だ。本人が事情を知っていようがいまいが。
彼女は純粋な科学者よ。目の前の研究に没頭するあまり、周りの状況が見えていなくてもおかしくないわ。
Scientists can become so focused on their own field that they overlook the bigger picture. That makes them highly susceptible to being used. I mean, that's how a lot of firms do things these days. Everything's compartmentalized. You'll design something and you won't even know what it's used for. Right? You won't even know, like, the I don't know, the chip you're building, that you're designing, the high efficiency chip you're using is going to be used in a missile. You don't even know.
それから彼女の言っていた真理とは。
The truth. What's the truth? It's almost laughable when it comes to the Frankfurt incident. I was without a doubt a central figure. I was right at the heart of it all. I did witness some deeply unpleasant things, but nothing I'd ever call the truth. So what exactly was she referring to? My man, she's a teenager. She's just being silly.
私だ。
指揮官、緊急事態です。
どうした？
オルフェルーネらを尾行してジラードグループ傘下のホテルに到着しました。現在、そよ風招待がホテルを見張っています。イグラはオルフェルーネをホテルに送った後、黒塗りの車に乗って衛星都市の方角へ向かいました。
衛星都市？何のために？
わかりません。ですが、あそこにはジラードグループの所有するビルがあります。警察の通信によれば、30分前にそこで警報が鳴りましたが、誤作動だったようです。
Is that where they were holding Alva?
誤作動。
For truly a false alarm, it wouldn't warrant a visit from Igla.
どうする？
来るかい？そのまま監視を続けてくれ。グローザ、コルフェン、行くぞ。
Full Metal Alchemist. I know that's like the opening song that I know, but I think as Melissa is like the actual famous Full Metal Alchemist opening, or that, or again. Man, that guitar is like wow. Although security personnel are patrolling nearby, slipping past them and entering the park is effortless for us. All the Alchemist's endgame is to strive to reach the truth too. Right. The truth. The door. Man, there's nothing here.
来るかい？状況は？
監視している間、誰もここから離れていません。リバにこの場所の情報を要請しました。
それで？
ジラードがかなりのコストをかけて物流センターとして建造した新施設のようですが、使用された形跡がありません。
何かのカモフラージュか？
おそらく。使われていないのに毎月巨額の資金が投じられています。イグラがここを訪れたのもチルドビグが関係していると思われます。
さすがリバ、よく調べている。
実はリバより先にあの人が情報を提供してくれました。
あの人？
カリーナさんです。あなたが合流したら連絡するように言いつけられています。
そうか。
通信コードはこちらです。
カリン、調子はどうだ？
平気です。リバさんとレナさんは
Yeah.
局長に同行している
Glad
ため
she's
不
looking a
在
little
で
bit better.
す。ここから先は私がサポートします。
Last time we saw her, she was crying.
ありがとう。イグラを追って目標エリアに到着した。相手の位置はわかるか？
管理局の人間があの場所を見張っています。ただ、警察の通信を傍受した結果、ジラードグループの施設で 戦闘が起こっていることが分かりました。
今この瞬間、イグラと交戦している可能性があるのは。
はい。反逆正体しかありえません。
彼女たちを見つけるのが最優先だ。ヘレナも一緒にいるかもしれない。
おとなしく返してくれると思いますか？
アンジェの元部下たちだ。きっと昔と変わっていない。
はい。私もそう思います。インダストリアルパークには大きな通風口がいくつかあります。入り口までは誘導しますが。
わかった。
Kalina sends over a route map leading to the heart of the underground facility. Groza distributes the ammunition.
ここを第一撤退ポイントにする。ここがダメになったら、パークの正面入り口で合流しよう。
交戦規定は？
What's the ROE?
反撃のみ許可する。
Oh, come on. Well, it's better than the UN.
面倒ね。
カリンがセキュリティシステムの穴を特定してくれた。まずはハッキングで情報を集めてくれ。
Sometimes the
必要
UN
とあらば、
ROE,
電子戦で敵の自立戦闘ユニットを
even
無
when
力
they're
化でき
fired
るは
upon,
ずだ。
sometimes they can't fire back.
今の404に電子戦ですか？
できるか？
当然です。おじけついたの？ここよ。バンバーン。
The UN got gun shy after disaster in Somalia.
訓練の成果ね。
Less nations would contribute to the UN if the UN forced them to do stuff. Yeah.
What どうってことないわ。
What the heck is going on with the camera?
降参するなら今のうちよ。どうってことないわ。逃げられると思う。カバーは任せて。バーカ。
The one remember is the second OP. Yeah. Melissa.
行くわよ。
No, Melissa's a really good
任
song.
務完了。
I
み
have
ん
it
な
on my phone.
警戒を怠らないで。安全に帰還す。
But for some reason I can't remember it. I can't remember how the song goes. Inside the top floor conference room of the Gerard HQ, Kruger, Leva, Lena, and several agents from the Namfa are ready in position. CEO Oleg Gerard of Aviv headquarters appears far more shrewd compared to Rurik. At this moment, he is sitting at the far end of the table, a metal case and several documents placed before him.
お越しいただきありがとうございます。オレク総裁。
社交辞令はいい。クルーが。
Oh dang. He doesn't look like a half bad guy. Although in the end I think we learned last time, even he is using his daughter.
これがそちらの望む人形暴走事件とワクチン事件の証拠だ。
And of course he knows all about the Horatius deals. There's no way he doesn't know.
データ、実験記録、議事録。一通り揃っているはずだ。
随分と塩らしいじゃない。
時代は変わったんだ、リヴァさん。悪あがきを続けても私には何の得もない。
Leva takes the memory drive and plugs it into an interface. She scans through it quickly, then nods.
全部揃ってる。不備はないわ。裏はなさそうね。
私の誠意を感じてくれたか？条件を提示できる立場にないことは理解しているが、そちらも同等の誠意を示してほしい。
ああ、あなたの身の安全を保証す
る。They're letting him have an out.
一言余計かもしれないが、総裁、あなたはどうやら社員のことは眼中にないようだ。
ビジネスとは残酷なのだよ。時には誰かが犠牲になるしかない。私の弟のようにな。
It's hard to... How are these two related? Rurik was like balding. His hair was graying. I guess they're both fat. They look nothing alike.
本質的には生存競争だ。
もう一度契約を確認しよう。あなたが全ての証拠を提出し、調査に全面的に協力するなら、身の安全を保証し、こちらで新たな身分を用意する。
A new identity. What about his daughter?
一部個人資産の移転も引き受ける。
資産といえば、
Someone got the
ま
good
だまだ
news.
示せる誠意が残っていた。これで年金が増えるといいがな。
It turns on the tablet he brought with him and pulls a series of files.
楽園計画のことを探っているのだろう。イグラの勝手な行動もこれが関係している。
Oh, does he know?
正直、そちらがなぜこの計画にこだわっているのかはわからないが。
Okay, he doesn't know.
持っていくといい。楽園計画の資料だ。オルフェルーネのノート、実験データ。
娘を売るっていうの？
なんだね、その目は。科学者たる者、自らの選択に責任を負わねばならない。私はただ商人として取引をするだけだ。
Damn, he hates his daughter.
楽園計画は数時間後に開始されるわ。お嬢さんは今も全力で準備を進めているはず。裏で父親が自分の積み上げてきた全てを差し出そうとも知らずに。
これは娘のためでもある。あなたたちに目をつけられた以上、関わり続ければ罪は重くなる一方だ。損切りは早い方がいい。
I guess he sees it as a way of protecting her.
確かに価値のある資料だ。だがこちらが誠意を示すほどではない。非軍事勢力管理局を代表して楽園計画の凍結を求める。
無論だ。手はずは整っている。今しがた CEO 命令を出した。楽園計画に関する一切の活動を中止せよ。
It's probably still gonna go forward. By the Paradius forces.
公表もする。これで満足か？
まだだ。計画に関してだが、気になる証拠が。
Before Kruger can finish, the lights in the conference room abruptly go out.
レナ、局長を守って。
The conference room doors are flung open as personal and marionette dolls, of course. Paradius.
誰の指示だ？出ていけ！
Oleg's gonna die.
静かに！セキュリティシステムをリセットしました。ただいまをもって一切の出入りを禁じます。
馬鹿げてる。私は総裁だ。
オレク・ジラード、修正協定違反につき身柄を拘束します。
Loyalty agreement?
あなたの命令は受け付けません。
修正協定だと？何の話だ？誰の権限で動いている？
楽園計画始動まで全ての人員の出入りを制限します。抵抗しないでください。
これはクーデターだ。誰だ？チーマーマンか？取締役の誰かか？
It's Zimmerman. Neither the armed personnel nor the dolls respond to Oleg. Cold sweat pours down his face as he slowly collapses back into his chair. Kruger casts Oleg a cold glance, then stands and addresses the armed personnel sharply.
これは非軍事勢力管理局との契約に抵触する。 それだけじゃない。我々の許可なしに非武装エリアへ侵入することは犯罪に当たる。
局長殿、申し訳ありませんが従ってください。抵抗しない限り危害は加えません。我々に引き金を引かせないでください。
This is crazy, man. Just coup d'etats happening all around. And Namva having supposedly being the governmental body, but they're still being held hostage. This is so weird. Please sit down and wait for our stuff to go forward.
外部に繋がらない。
やる。数は相手の方が上だけど。
局長の安全が最優先よ。
どうやらあなたの想像以上に部下たちは覚悟が決まっているようだ。
奴らめ。
こうなってしまっては仕方ない。総裁、契約を変えよう。
In the conference room behind closed marionette doors closed behind the marionette dolls. Red warning lights continue to flash, casting every face in a grave oppressive glow. Yeah, of course it wouldn't go that well. How much time we got? Oh wow, that's long. VS11. Oh yeah, we'll have to continue this like next time. Well, I mean, we can continue reading a little bit more. Beneath the feet lie shattered combat automatons and bodies riddled with bullet holes.
クリア。新たな敵へなし。
地表に近づけば通信妨害の影響を受けずにケビンと連絡が取れる。
Wait, so does Kevin actually show up?
でもその前に
I want to see his fuckboy face.
ヘレナはどこ？
置いてきた。場所はここだ。
You should have found a better place to hide her. The moment Voimastina appeared, Alva could already guess what she had decided to do, but she still clings to a sliver of hope. Voimastina does not bother to search. Her wolf eye has already swept this area. The answer is obvious. Disappointment and regret are written all over Voimastina's usually impassive face. Yeah, she really should have found a better place to hide her.
本当にここで合ってるの？
Voimastina walks to a small, broken opening along a sewer wall. Alva switches on the flashlight and shines it inside. There's no sign of Helena.
激しい戦闘の痕跡が残ってる。自動防御システムのビーム跡だ。
捕まったか。私の判断ミスだ。すまない。
さっきあなたの言う通り、すぐに撤退していれば、私が引っ張ったから、私のせいだ。
いや、私がもっと早くあの人形を倒せていれば。
うん。撤退できただけでも奇跡だよ。ヘレナのことは後で考えよう。
強行突破だ。
Just as Alva is about to move, she suddenly freezes, listening intently to the sewer.
銃声。
遠いな。誰かが警備隊と戦っているのか。
私たちの撤退ルートにいる。
No, it's Shigekan.
一体誰が？
Actually, let's continue using them.
おじけついたの？ここよ。ここかな？
Well, it's actually pretty good that part 2 as well.
するなら今のうちよ。
It means we'll have plenty of material to read next
どうってことないわ。
stream.
降参するなら今のうちよ。どうってことないわ。治療装置準備完了。
They knew what they're doing, the motorcycle butt shot. I knew it, but I won't say I'm a fan. And even now, I still think Kukai's design is really goofy. I think like the cat ear cap, you know, the motorcycle, it's really goofy. You don't want to do an 8-hour stream like last day sort of stuff, yeah. I would not. I did like 9-hour, 10-hour streams when I played RC. That was different though. But like, man, those RC streams took a long time. I really liked that game though. I never got around to playing Bakery Girl, the secret mode in RC.
Kevin か?
いや、ケビンのやり方じゃない。
そののんきさ、嫌いではありません。しかし、幸運の女神はいつも気まぐれです。
Each stage in RC takes a while if you want S rank. Yeah, that's what I did. Even a single map seems like it took an hour. No, it took longer than an hour. Especially the late game. Eagle blocks a strike with both arms. Lands slightly on the ground.
お見事。ここまで私を楽しませたのは、あなたが初めてです。
Wei Mistina pulls a dagger from her forearm and glances at it. The blade had originally been aimed at her core. She focuses her attention on Igla, who makes a brief gesture.
どうやら倒さないと先へ進めないようだね。
任せろ。
任務完了。
Secret mode is basically a remake of the original. Yeah.
警戒を怠らないで。
Yeah, I played the original, by the way. I played the original. It was really hard, but I actually really enjoyed it a lot. I really enjoyed playing the original game. It had a lot of fresh ideas, despite being an indie game, that I found really fun to do. It's both a remake and a remaster. I think that was the original plan, was the remaster, and then they eventually ended up remaking it. I want to play it. But I know that the sneaking mission is just kind of a pain in the ass. The new art though is really good. The new art is really good. Now Yuzong needs to do a remaster of the original visual novel. Now I think we're good. Well, I've read it once, right? It's a teeny tiny little visual novel. And they reworked it into Bakery Girl anyway, so there's no point. I do like it a lot though. You could see where he had a lot of ideas.
指揮官、ハッキングで施設内のすべての自動戦闘ユニットをダウンさせました。
さすがだな、クルク。
当然です。
頼もしい。セキュリティシステムの権限をこちらに。
はい。
うん。地下エリアで4カ所から大量の損害報告が上がってる。
反逆正体ですか？
可能性は高い。
誘導してください。
ああ。
Kukai's new outfit looks like a Chinese gacha game character, derogatory, versus a Chinese gacha game character, complimentary. Exactly. Alright, let's skip her ultimate animation. It's gonna take too long otherwise. Let's go! Yeah, her new design is just kind of... It's just, I don't know, it doesn't feel like it fits Girl's front line. It goes too far away from the whole what do you call it, techwear tactical. It goes too much into fashion and like just look at how different it is compared to Kolfin and Groza, right? I still think these marionette dolls are freaky as hell.
どいて
King of Fighters character who looks similar? Oh, hey. RC2 when? Yeah, I want RC2. That's the only thing I really care about is RC2.
Check 準備完了。
逃げられると思う。逃げられると思う。
どうってことないわ。現実を知りなさい。どうってことないわ。
Based on information, the area is very likely where they'll run into why can't I speak? Task Force Defy. With a combined combat strength of 404 and Defy, breaking out of the facility wouldn't be difficult. However, even if they managed to rendezvous with Defy, the presence of that third generation doll will still pose a major obstacle. To be honest, I don't have much confidence that our current dolls can defeat Igla. However, defeating her isn't our objective. We just need to shake her off. As I study the facility map, suddenly an idea comes to mind. There's no data in the terminals to support this plan, though. Looks like it's time to seek support. I quickly gathered my thoughts and called Kalina.
カリン、ジラードの地下施設の見取り図が欲しい。
何のために？
イグラ相手に正面戦闘は厳しい。潜水艦基地の時にやったことを覚えてるか？
Oh no, they're gonna do that again?
同じ手を使いたい。
あなたらしいですね。ですが、ここは当時と違ってホワイトエリアの都市です。
Have you considered the social impact?
社会的影響を考えたことはありますか？
Have you considered the environmental studies?
だからこうして打診してるじゃないか。
また私に後始末を。まったく。相変わらず人使いが荒いですね。
Yeah, you know, the taxpayers will pay for it.
私は政府内部のことはよく知らないからな。カリンが協力してくれると助かる。
そうですね。戦闘を地下に留めることができれば報道管制を敷くことはできますが、それ以上はクルーガー局長の手に負えるかどうか。
面倒をかけないよう尽力する。
その言葉、一応信用しておきます。
Yeah, they're gonna repeat what they did at Paldiski.
あ、そうだ。今回の件が落ち着いたら一緒に食事でもどうだ？
Oh my god, they're going on a date! She's blushing.
お互い誤解があるようだし、これを機に解消しよう。どうかな？嫌なら。
Oh, come on, Commander.
指揮官様のおごりなら。でも、すっごく高いお店を選ぶので、指揮官。
ごめん、404だ。また連絡する。
Oh my god. Freaking Kukai felt there was character development going on in the romantic sense that she couldn't have that.
はい、お気をつけて。
来るかい？どうした？
目標エリアに接近していますが、熱源反応によれば片方は第三世代人形のイグラです。もう片方は反逆小隊のメンバ
ー。よし、イグラに絡まれたらこの場所に移動して着いたら教えてくれ。
了解。
グローザ、ここに爆薬を仕掛けてくれ。柱を4本爆発すれば足りるだろ
う。了解。
コルフェン、車をパークの近くに回してくれ。中の人形が地上に出たらすぐに迎えに行く。
はい、準備しておきます。
そうだ、ヘレナの薬も用意してあるな。
Can her feet even reach the pedal?
もちろんです。
ホワイトエリアに長居して体調が悪化していないといいのだが。
Oh, they've got collapse. They've got dosages of radiation for her.
検査の用意も頼む。
ヘレナちゃんを見つけたらすぐに精密検査をします。
ああ。
Don't fumble, bro.
勝った？当たり前ですよ。 ゴルフェンは容赦なんてしないんですから。
I really like this
そうそう
outfit.
私の前に立つものはなんだって。
It's much closer to original design. Not quite though.
やっぱりあいつね。
The battle's been going on for some time. AK-15 is covered in injuries, and 94's movements are more sluggish than Kukai remembers. Ika seems like she's performing a dance than engaging in a fight. With her extensive combat experience, Kukai can tell at a glance that even the dolls beside her, taking Igla head-on would be difficult.
反逆小隊、こちら404小隊の来る会。指揮官の命令で撤退を援護しに来たわ。6時方向から接近中。フレンドリーファイヤーに注意。404。
Defy dolls show no change in their movements. Even under such dire conditions, they maintain astonishing tactical coordination. Kukai closes to visual range. Under her gaze, every round fired by AN-94 precisely targets Igla's vital points, while AK-15 engages Igla in close quarters combat. Their coordination is flawless, yet Igla still handles it with such ease that even Kukai feels unnerved. But she doesn't falter. Seizing the instant when the hulking doll and Igla briefly separate, Kukai fires several grenades, accurately toward Igla. The unexpected attack sparks clear anger in Igla.
さっきのネズミですか。やはりあの記者。
Taking advantage of Igla's momentary distraction, Boy Mustina's flying kick slams into Igla's waist. Nice! While additional grenade explosions force her to retreat further.
今よ、ついてきて。
It's kind of hard to fumble with Kalina though. She's already like madly in love with Commander. I wonder why they don't voice these. There's no reason why they can't voice these lines. Alright.
現着。
手加減の必要は
At least 4 members are needed? Oh, okay.
ここかな。ここよ。
Easy.
ハンデをあげる。
任務了解。
エンジン起動。
逃げられると思う。
Now it's an evacuation mission. Oh, what the?
私がやる。
私がやる。
脅威を排除する。任務了解。
どうってことないわ。
エンジン起動。逃げられると思う。エンジン起動。
逃げられると思う。
ご命令を。
New character Chaos
さっさと
character
倒れたらどうだ。
Isla.
どうってことない
Isla.
わ。
Isla.
任務了解。
Let me check it out.
逃げられると思う。
Let's auto this. King of Fighters Isla. Oh yeah, this girl. Yeah. I see exactly what you mean. Yeah, they have a very similar silhouette.
Groza, 状況は
定位置に到着。
建物全体が崩落しないよう爆破範囲を調整してくれ。
了解。指揮官、爆薬を仕掛けたわ。
私が合図したら爆破してくれ。
ええ。
I stare intensely at the terminal. 404 is advancing towards the area, and the signal they're detecting can only belong to that relentlessly pursuing third-gen doll.
指揮官、もうすぐ指定エリアです。
わかった。そっちが爆破範囲から出るのを待っている。
I think Tencent has a stake in SNK.
了解。あと10秒です。交代。
At the moment, Kukai is distracted by the transmission. Igla, burning with rage, lunges towards her with rapier in hand, at speed nearly impossible to track. Alva fires a shot that strikes the blade aimed at Kukai. The tip deflects, embedding itself precisely into the bolt of the rifle that Kukai had just raised to block. Oof. Kukai immediately drops the rifle, draws a pistol, and empties an entire magazine into Igla at point blank. Even from such extremely close range, the rounds of this caliber barely phase Igla. Should have went with 5.7. The other dolls of 404 immediately laid down full auto fire.
私に構わないで。行って。
Voimistina rushes forward, grabs Kukai by the back of the collar, pushes her back into the doll's firing formation with a powerful leap. Kukai blinks in surprise at her new position, then snaps back to her senses and shouts into the columns.
指揮官、位置につきました。
了解。
Hoxie. Hoxie's more of a... Yeah, you're right. I kind of hope we get her. I like her a lot.
グローザ。爆破。
Bakuha! Detonate. For the first time, a flicker of alarm crosses Igla's face as she plunges downward. She gets Looney Tuned.
来るかい、状況は。
Freaking wily coyote looking ass.
敵に命中。イグラが下に落ちました。
了解。迎えの車を用意した。車の座標を送った。
はい。反逆小隊、撤退地点に向かうわよ。
イグラの反応が近づいている。
移動しながら反撃。
Wait, she's coming back? Alva and Voimistina exchange glance and nod to Kukai, while the dolls of 404 have already stowed their weapons and begun moving. She just flew back up.
お互いを援護するわよ。待って。
Alva doesn't slow her run. She senses something about Igla is different. Indeed, the figure in the smoke doesn't move. She simply stands there, watching the dolls depart.
イグラは動いてない。このまま全速力で逃げて。
Kukai looks back towards Igla's position. Just as Alva said, there's no attack. And outside the building, the flash of headlights are already spinning into the interior.
乗れ。
Is she gonna morb?
ヘレナちゃんは
ジラードに奪われた。すみません。奪い返す機会はあるので離脱を優先しました。この座標に向かってください。
わかった。グローザ、そこに向かってくれ。
ええ。
The jeep makes a sharp turn and speeds out of the industrial park. The figure that was standing in the smoke earlier is already gone, having disappeared even more hastily than the dolls. Where is she going?
戦闘終了。脅威はすべて排除しました。これで先に進めます。
Where is she going? Is she going to where Helen is? Chilibake? Or maybe someone captured... Maybe somebody captured, the daughter. Or Falloon. Inside a dimly lit state sex safe house, only the blue glow of several screens illuminates the cramped space. The walls are covered with maps and photographs. A few empty magazines and medical kits are scattered across the floor. The dolls are replenishing their supplies and using what's stored in the safe house, while Alva hands a small chip to Voimistina.
周囲を警戒して。
ああ。
さっきの戦闘でジラードの戦力を大幅に削った。ケビンも近づきやすくなったはず。
Where is he? Where is Kevin?
F ランクの装備を持ってこさせよう。
F
イ
grade
グラに勝てる
equipment.
力をつけないと。
Is that the power suit?
ここはホワイトエリアだぞ。
責任は私が取る。
わかった。
The corner of Voimastina's mouth lifts almost imperceptibly. But she quickly suppresses a smile. Oh, she's smiling! She introduces the new names she and Voimastina are using, and briefly recounts what they've been doing.
まだ保安局にいるのか？
いえ、今は協力関係です。10年前から反逆正体は完全に独立しています。
本当なら近況を聞くべきだが、今はもっと聞きたいことがある。どうしてリビウに来た？ヘレナを連れ去った理由は？それと、あの施設で。
Alva doesn't answer immediately. She just keeps typing. After a moment, once all the data is parsed, she looks up and speaks seriously.
順を追って説明します。この10年間、ずっとパラデウスを追い続けてきました。
Yeah, while you were on vacation, we've been fighting them non-stop.
ご存知かと思いますが、奴らは滅んでなどいません。私たちは先日、パラデウスの基地の位置情報をつかみました。保安局の協力のもと、潜入に成功し、チルロビグというネイトに遭遇しました。
チルロビグがネイトだと？
彼女をご存知で？
楽園計画の主導者の一人で、オルフェルーネ。ジラードグループの令状に信頼されている。パラデウスの関係者と睨んでいたが、まさかネイトだったとは。
そちらもいろいろ情報を掴んでいるようですね。私たちは潜入した基地にあった資料から楽園計画の存在とジラードとパラデウスが手を組んでいる情報を得ました。計画の詳細は知りませんでした。
叩き潰す。
その通り、ヘレナに関してはこちらとしても想定外でした。ジラードの手に落ちてしまったら。
ならどうしてもっと分かりやすく協力してくれなかった？カリン、管理局の人間もあの場にいたのに。
財団に私たちのスパイがいます。その情報によればジラードと管理局は手を組んでいます。詳細は分かりませんが。
だから管理局がわざとヘレナをジラードに奪わせたと思ったのか？それはありえない。局長はあのクルーガーさんだし、現場にいたのはカリンに404のメンバーだ。
クルーガーさんやカリーナさんを疑っているわけではありません。私たちも最初は介入するつもりはありませんでした。ですがカリーナさんにヘレナを守りきることはできないと判断しました。
Oh, so she's the one who sent the package to Leva.
何よりカリーナさんたち以外の管理局の関係者が信用できませんでした。自らの利益のために不義理を働く人間がいてもおかしくありません。
それで
ヘレナを連れて逃げながら応戦しました。
There are reason to believe that under certain circumstances, those people would make morally corrupt deals to protect their own interests. I'm momentarily speechless, considering the same concern myself. I find no grounds to refute Alva. I mean, there's the whole deal with the Earl.
しかし、途中で彼女の入っていた箱が機能を停止。私たちの本来の目的は楽園計画の調査なので、ヘレナの争奪戦に介入した以上、隠密調査はもはや不可能と言っていいでしょう。そこで一つ。
とてつもなくリスクの大きい作戦を。
でもうまくいった。
どんな作戦だった？
私がイグラの足止めをしている間、ボイマスティナにヘレナを連れて逃げてもらいました。もちろん私が叶う相手ではありません。イグラに倒された私は奴らの実験。
わざとか。
Is this scene really necessary? Do we really need her to explain the plot of what just happened? Come on, man. The reader's not that dumb.
反逆正体のメンバーはお互いの居場所がわかります。
Does every woman in this event have desaturated hair?
2キロまでですが、あらゆるジャミングを避けて位置情報を発信できます。
the Defy Squadron are also like the Wolf Squadron, so their wolves typically have white-ish hair, so.
それを頼りに、ボイマスティナは施設を見つけ、イグラたちの
Coffin has blue hair.
攻撃を仕掛けました。 その隙に私は奴らのデータベースにアクセスしました。
They're probably assuming it's been 3 weeks. It's true.
これがダウンロードしたデータです。
これは。
はい。楽園計画の真相です。表向きは再生可能エネルギーの研究プ
On
ロ
the
ジェクト。
surface, it's an energy research project.
実際は数々の技術を検証するためのもので、
In reality, it's extremely complex technological validation experiments. Large-scale particle absorption and release is only one part of it.
他には植物が粒子
There
照
are
射を受
also
けて
other
起きる変異の
experiments
検証
involving
や
plant tissue
とある
mutation
サンプルの
under
クローン
particle
培養実験
radiation,
も兼ねています。
cloning experiments.
これらの実験、指揮官もどこかで見ませんでした。
They're gonna mass produce Bujums. They're gonna mass produce kaijus.
まさかあの時ロケット弾を撃ったのは。
はい。私たちもあの地下施設を調査するつもりでしたが、指揮官に先を越されましたね。
It was you who shot that rocket.
私たちより先に保安局のエージェントが派遣されたのですが、全員。
That doesn't mean Monsters no. Like actual honest to God kaiju.
指揮官のおかげで安らかに眠れたと思います。他にもパラデースが異常な関心を示していた実験がありました。免疫体を利用して遺跡を起動する実験です。
Using immune individuals to trigger the activation of relic devices.
おそらく鍵を通して彼岸スペースに触れるつもりなのでしょう。
Oh, they might be trying to mass produce Bujums, but they also might be trying to mass produce clones that can activate relics.
ヘレナがその鍵です。
If you don't know what a relic is, so basically in this universe there's like ancient aliens and the devices that they left over are called relics.
そんなことできるのか。設備に鍵、どれも簡単に揃えられるものじゃない。
We're talking about shrikes, keys. Oh right, are they trying to make shrikes? Those monsters from Reverse Collapse.
その上さらに膨大な量のコーラプス粒子が。
そういうことです。ジラードは植物を利用してコーラプス粒子を吸収する実験を行う一方で、パラデースは免疫体のクローンの培養に成功しました。
Radius has created the clones.
O43 がその一人です。
And Gerard has the means to gather all the collapsed particles.
奴らが遺跡の設備を入手した情報はありませんが、楽観視はできないでしょう。
そしてロレン内部でそんなものが手に入れられる人間は。
Based on the timeline, they've already started experimenting with Shrike cells.
はい。なのですでに入手しているものと思われます。奴らはフランクフルトに現れた空間の裂け目を
What did they
もう一度作るつもりです。
What did they see in Frankfurt? What did they open? What was in Nirvana? I mean, we're in Nirvana quite a lot in RC, but I've never seen it as anything special.
彼岸スペースに触れるって具体的にどうやって？
膨大な量のコーラプス粒子に蓄えられた放射線はエンジンである遺跡の設備を動かす燃料になる。そして鍵であるヘレナと設備が共鳴し、
In Reverse
彼岸スペー
Collapse,
スに通じる裂け目
Jeffy
が
used
開かれ
Nirvana
る。
to basically send her
簡
memories
単に言うとこんな感じ。
into another timeline. She would use her memories and she would send them into another dimension. Even though her timeline was like basically ruined, she would keep on sending her memories to other timelines. But what else is there? The truth. Sukikan's already seen multiple timelines. Oh, he has.
それじゃヘレナちゃんはそんな量の粒子を全部吸収し
So
たん
he
で
was
す
able to
か？
access it. He was able to see.
むしろその方が都合がいいんだけど。
That would give you PTSD.
免疫体は粒子の影響を受けない。だから 裂け目が開いた瞬間、大量の粒子が周囲に撒き散らされる。だから計画の始動と同時にリビウ全体が死の大地と化す。
あいつら町の住人全員を犠牲にして、で、そのお嬢様はここまで来て何も知らない。
The entirety of Eve will face a catastrophic fallout of collapsed radiation. Ooh, that's not good. Oh, it's going to be dispersed into space in order to form the rift to Nirvana. Okay. Convolutional kernel, Lunacia told Shigenkan about some alternative timelines, about how Anja had to die to create a million timelines, to create a timeline where they win, right?
それは正当な評価じゃない。
It's the only timeline where they win.
チルドビグがオルフェルーナの研究に注目したのは、ジラードの支援を取り付けるためだけではない。
Flashing back to, what is it? Avengers? Doctor Strange's, there's only one timeline where we succeed.
研究の核となる部分はオルフェルーネ自身が完成させたものだ。これは噂に基づいた推測ですが、10年前のフランクフルトで彼女は彼岸スペースの裂け目を通して。
なるほど。それが真理なのか。
Yeah, we gotta go through the timelines again and find the one where we can run over William with an even fatter kid on a bike.
もしそうなら指揮官と同じ祝福を受けたものですね。
そんなものを祝福と呼ぶのか。
すみません。不快な表現だと思いますが。
Wait, did she also see Nirvana? Or Falloon?
パラデウスのデータベースでは悲願を見たものをそう呼んでいます。そして私たちの知る限り、それはあなた一人だけじゃありません。
It wasn't just Commander. Others also saw Nirvana. Alpha manipulates the projections, which I see why you guys kept on bringing up the truth from Full Metal Alchemist. William is irredeemable in all timelines. He is horrible.
不幸中の幸いですが、資料によればチルドビグは先ほど破壊した実験室の他にさらに秘密の実験室を持っています。そこが計画の中心となる場所です。
見せてくれ。
Alpha displays the coordinates and related information. I read through them one by one. The other dolls crowd around the projection as well, trying to grasp the battle ahead.
一息ついたらすぐにその秘密実験室に向かいます。楽園計画を阻止してヘレナも奪い返します。
Man, the stakes have been turned up so high. The entire city is in danger.
手伝ってくれますか、指揮官。
もちろんだ。だがもっと戦力が。
管理局の関係者に全てを教えるのは推奨しません。人間であろうと人形であろうと。
I can imagine Ballard von Oberstein took up politics after his father, but still a bad person. Ballard. That was Ballard. Bill? At the very least, no timelines existed where he was alive and still recognizable as a little brother Lunacia loved. Oh.
カリーナさんや他の人形に加勢してもらってもいいですが、
William's real name.
こちらの目的を知られてしまう可能性があ
It's
りま
not
す。
Bill.
言いたいこと。
カリン、聞こえるか？
William's a code name. Well, I know William's a code name.
指揮官様。
すぐにジラードグループ本部を封鎖し、全市民を町から避難するよう誘導してくれ。
It's definitely an upgrade over Bill.
どういうことですか？
理由は教えられない。
わかりました。
ありがとう。
Yeah. Sorry, Kalina. We can't let you know the entire city's in danger.
クルーガーさんは？
会議に来るはずなのですが。
そうか。
はい。
頼んだ。今こちらの予備戦力は4人だ。そっちは？
後方に特殊装備を要請しました。あとは私たちだけです。
Okay, it makes sense why she would bring the battle suit because, ooh, the entire city's in danger.
パラデウスの計画を止めて、ヘレナも助け出す。
And Commander has way less resources than he did 10 years ago. He doesn't have his whole army. He's got 4 dolls.
私の指揮下に入ってくれるか？
Laplace hinted Nella is just like her. Laplace? Wait, who's Laplace? One timeline, Nella is William when she didn't know Gray was long dead by Paredes and blamed Shikikai. Nella becomes William? That's crazy.
望むところです。
Yeah, we've got no IOP backing.
よし。では今から、
No heavy
君たちは
weapons.
エルモ号の一員だ。グローザ、コルフェン、反逆小隊と一緒に私について
No
こい。
Griffin, Kruger backing, yeah.
了解。
来るかい。ダイエンと合流して、オルフェルーネの監視状況を共有させてくれ。その後は私たちを援護。
はい。
一班は私とビルに突入。30分後に連絡がなかったら、2班はこことここ。グローザ、屋上にヘリを止めるようセンタウレイシーに伝えてくれ。最悪それで脱出する。
ええ、3班に用意させておく。
今回はこれまでにない危険な作戦だ。無事脱出できても、ロレン当局に追及される可能
We
性
may
があ
end
る。
up being held accountable.
やめたいなら今だ。
Ooh. You save the city and they still blame you. Yeah, that could be bad. Is now a good time to end? Now might be a good time to end, right? VS14 to VS111. This might be a good time to end, actually. Yeah. There's still a lot, but that's fine. We have another weekend, right? The story goes until April the 1st. Let me check my calendar real quick. Yeah, we can finish this on the 28th, next Saturday. We'll finish it 3 days before it ends. Cutting it close. Cutting it pretty close. Keep going. No. I think we're good. We're good. Split 2 more parts. No, I think we can do it in one stream after this. I want to know what this is, though. What is this minigame? We can play some minigames. Alright, what is this? Many items available in the market. Please be careful in collecting them, Commander. Oh, it's a... it's an item collector. Alright, Sabrina, you fat bitch. Ew. Is that shit? Ew. You're dropping shit on us. Ah, no! Isn't this like one of the minigames in what was it called again? Not Gang Beasts. It's one of the minigames in Party Animals, yeah. I'm pretty sure this is one of the minigames in Party Animals. Which, I want to play some more of that. The last time I got to play Party Animals was with John. And she's finally back. She's been gone for a long time. Time's up. That was easy. It's Macchiato's homemade meal. Part 2 is long. No, we got plenty of time. We finished like most of part 1.5 today, right? Are you sure? Are you sure? We couldn't do it another 3-hour stream? Are you sure? Because like right now it seemed like a good place to end, just because, you know, this was like the end of like the current, what do you call it, story beat. I think I can do it within like 3 hours. The next part. Probably. I read a lot faster than Kuruko. Except, you know, when I go on my little tangents. Oh, then again, she also goes on her tangents, so you can't even blame me for that. She also like stops reading to do her little Satsudans. We're not really that different. Oh no. Yes, skip. Might need 4? Really? Okay, how long is the next story beat, guys? We can continue if there's like, if the next story beat is not too long. It's like right now it just seemed like a really good time to end. I really like how this is how they decided to keep the old 2D sprite style from the original game, from the first game. Just in the little mini games. Oh no! Oh no, I died! This is a pretty good spot. Okay, we might need 4. Alright. I'll keep that in mind. I could just do the Sunday after if we can't finish in time on Saturday. I could do it on Sunday. Though I'd prefer if I was able to do more reading on... Oh wow, 2x. I prefer if I was able to do more reading on R99. Which I forgot. I've got some pretty good news lined up for R99, but I don't want to say anything yet. But things are looking good. Oh wow, magnet. They added some twist. Oh, this is so easy. I don't need to do anything. Aim for that top score. All right. This is a good spot. All right. Sounds good. Wait, is that all? Oh, it's not opened yet. Man, they really just drip feed you the mini games, huh? Always get the pieces. Crystals are crystals. Crystals are indeed crystals.
ご無沙汰しております、指揮官。今後は最強の第二世代人形などという肩書きではなく、私の実力にご注視を。
I like this thing so much. It's so cool. The pile driver is so armored core. It is so armored core. Honestly though, even though like this is armored core, when I think pile driver, honestly, like the first thing that comes to mind is not armored core, it's Super Robot Wars. I don't know if any of you guys have ever played Super Robot Wars, but one of the protagonist units in that game has a pile driver. It's got a revolver cylinder too. It's really cool. I don't know. Any Super Robot Wars enjoyers here? Pile bunker? Yeah, this thing. This thing here. This weapon. This thing is a pile driver. Pile bunker. Yeah, the pile bunker from Super Robot Wars. The Altisen. The Alt-Isen. I actually bought a Super Robot Wars model kit the other day. It seems a standard iconic weapon for mecha. Not that many mecha have it. Some mecha have it, but like it's not that common. It's not that common when it comes to anime media. Maybe video games, but anime media not that common. Off the top of my head, pile drivers in anime I've seen is Die Guard. Was it? Yeah. Dimensional Defense Force Die Guard. There's Votoms. It was used by the bad guys in Votoms. And then Alt-Isen from Super Robot Wars. So that was originally a video game. Dividing Driver. Dividing Driver, it kind of counts, but also it doesn't. It's because the way Dividing Driver is used, it's not really a weapon. Shinji gets better role models than SRW, that's it. Man, I'm surprised. I think that the game, because like the devs are massive fans of SRW. I guess it's just because like SRW is not very accessible. For the longest time, it wasn't even in English, right? For the longest time, it wasn't even in English. I played it when it was in Japanese, so. You got the drills. Yeah, drills. Drills are more popular as at least as an anime weapon than pile drivers. Than pile bunkers. Definitely so. Man, I'm probably gonna build that model kit I bought. Probably. Oh yeah, I should probably just, since I can do it right now. Why don't I do it right now? I keep forgetting that I can do this. I keep forgetting. Nobody reminds me. And the month is about to end, so I'm just gonna throw these out, alright? I keep forgetting. Go man.
At Chibo D. Crockett 9394 became a member.
Huzzah!
At Shikitiki 2393 became a member.
Actually, for the longest time, I didn't even know you could send.
At Mirai 7334 became a member. At D6L became a member.
So as I was saying, I'm probably going to build that model kit that I bought.
At Cleve and Keys
as a
became
member
a
stream.
member.
Just because it's going to be a really long stream, and I don't want it to end up on my timeline. You know,
At Petite
nobody knows what
Spots
SRW is. It's not RX-78 Gundam, all right? It's some obscure robot from Super Robot Wars that I really like.
At Air 5098 became a member.
Like, what was it? The game it came from, I played it a long time ago.
Became
and I was
a member.
like, man, they're never gonna build a model kit of this. And then I looked at the store the other day, and wow, they built a model kit out of it. It's only been 20 years.
Became a member.
It only took 20 years for them to finally build a model kit. So it's like, what? okay, maybe I'll build it. Nah. And it wasn't a Kotobukiya kit, it was a Bandai kit. So I got really excited. Unlucky. Oh no, Southern, you didn't get it. Ah, shame. Thanks, Haku. No need to thank me. But yeah, I'm gonna do that model kit stream as a member stream. It shan't end up on, or maybe I'll just do it as like an what do you call it? As a membership archive stream. So like I'll stream it normally and then I'll put it on the membership archives. Because I don't want it to be on my timeline. It's gonna affect my stats. It's gonna affect my numbers, and that's gonna be an issue. Oh well. Oh, maybe people will show up. Maybe people actually do like SOW. I don't know though. I don't know though. It's such an obscure robot design. Anyways, let me see if there's someone I can raid into. We're gonna end stream now, okay, guys? I've been a fan of Pile Driver since Armor Core. Been playing AC since AC2. Oh wow. Actually, my first AC was, I think, Phantasm Arena. I think that was my first AC game. I don't think I ever played AC2. I didn't have a PlayStation 2. But yeah. People who receive the memberships, I hope you enjoy the emojis and whatnot. Anyways, let me see. Oh, I want to do a Slay the Spire stream. Yeah, guys, next week we're going to do Slay the Spire. We're going to play co-op, actually. I finally beat Slay the Spire 1, so we're going to finally move on to Slay the Spire 2. Ne? Oh wow, a lot of people are streaming right now. So, oh yeah, today is like the opening day of Lotus Star RP. I'm sorry if some of you guys were expecting me to join Lotus Star. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit tired out by playing VTRP, so I didn't immediately sign up for Lotus Star. I might join Lotus Star later though. Right now the whitelisting applications are closed for Lotus Star. But anyways, let me see, who can I raid? Who can I raid? Who can I raid? Who can I raid? I will raid Otohara Rio. No, wait. I'm gonna raid Shalu. What do you mean this is not public available? Are you? She probably stopped streaming, that's why. Damn, Shalu's been doing really well with her streams lately. Alright, let's try this again. Who is on right now? There we go. Alright, I'm gonna raid into Shalu. See you later, guys. Bye-bye. Thanks for coming. We'll continue reading this next week. Tomorrow we're reading R99. Reverse 1999, Chapter 7. Anyways, bye-bye. 今回の配信を見に来てくれて皆さんありがとうございました。お疲れ様でした。Let's Haku. Let's Raven.